Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Cryptid and Paranormal Kingdom with Carlito and Tom. Man, my good buddy Tom. That's the main topic gonna be today. Thomas Cardos. I did not put it on the actual title because his wife Lori asked me not to put his full name on the title. That's why I only put Tom. Yeah, most of you guys know who he is. Some of you don't, but. We're going to talk all about him today so you guys can know who the man was. He was a great guy, man. And also, I have three surprise guests today joining me. They're backstage right now, guys, and we're fixing to bring them in. I just want to make this small little intro. I'm glad for all the people that are here already. The early birds, I see you, Oklahoma Nana and Steve Riley. Thank you. Those are two of our best guys right there, guys. And Oklahoma Nana, I don't know if you guys know, but she's been around for a long time, supporting us. She actually started with me back in the day when we were what was it? Dang it, can't remember the damn name for it. Moderators. It was me, Tom, her, Dave from Texas. Bunch of other guys. We were moderators for Marvin Allen, which I asked him if he could come by, stop by here tonight, say a few words for Tommy. He said he'd love to, so we hope to see him on here too. And that goes for anybody in the chat. I will say this right now. I know there's not too many people on just yet, but if anybody, I know Oklahoma Nana, she wanted to come on, but then she said no, she can't because she's she's babysitting basically. But she's got a letter that she wants me to read out in honor of Tom. So I'm going to do that later on here in just a minute. And Steve Riley, like if you wanted to come on here, brother, I can send you the link to join for, say just a couple words in Tommy's honor. That'd be great. If not, that's fine. You want to stay in the chat, that's completely fine as well, brother. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this show started, guys. Like I said, I got three surprise guests with me tonight, man. They're gonna be with me the whole show. Well, hopefully the whole show. I don't know. Maybe somebody might get a little tired and bail out or something, but that's fine anyway. I mean, that's fine either way. But I'm gonna go ahead and start bringing them in one by one, guys. Okay. So the first guy that I want to bring in is very knowledgeable friend that we're honored to have in the cryptid and paranormal community because he does both. So and he's a great guy, very knowledgeable. Like I said, he's everywhere, man. He's been in I don't know how many shows I lost track. He's in I don't know how many groups I lost track, but I know he's a regional director in Region 3 for NADP. Him alongside his good comrade Al Santariga, and the guy I'm talking about is Sir Brian Bowden. Hey Brian, how you doing, brother?
I'm good. I'm actually I think I'm Region 5 too, so I'm in the dirty south.
Region 5 too? Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I was Region 3.
Yeah.
Now I'm Region 5. I do, like we have the whole Eastern Seaboard. But,
that's right, because you live both up in New Jersey area, York, right, which is Region 5, and Florida area, which is Region 3, right? If I have that correct.
No, Florida's 5, up to New York, I think it's the 3. But,
okay. I got them backwards.
So, but, I mean, I've investigated from Maine pretty much all the way down. It's actually interesting when I was driving back and forth to Florida trying to find a place down here. Something pretty big, middle of the night on 95 in North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Where we are right now with Tommy. It ran across the road, and I was hoping I got it on that dash cam, but
mm-hmm.
I got to get a different dash cam that doesn't delete things every 15 minutes. So whatever.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Those are opener.
Thank you, brother. Yeah, I'm glad you do, man. I'm glad you do.
I mean, if somebody wants to and they don't want to come on camera, I have the ability to connect. So if you PM me on Facebook, I can call you from my phone. We'll just call you and we'll get directly into you.
There you go.
Call you this way. You can talk online and say what you want to say. So if Steve wants to do it, or
right, or Oklahoma Nana, yeah,
we're set up for that.
Yeah.
If Nana wants us to get on the phone or whatever, she has it. I'll make sure that we're set up for it, and we'll get it going on, because I think that's the best way to do it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
There's a lot of people that Tom touched a lot of people. He's just a great guy.
Yes, he is. All around great guy, man. He was like one of our, all-star kind of guys. You know what I mean?
Oh, he's, yeah, we'll get into it, but he was
a
wonderful, wonderful human being.
Yes, he was. Yeah, all the way around, bro.
Yeah.
I think a father, son. You remember how he used to put his memorials post for his mom?
Oh, yeah.
Passed away. Everything, yeah. His kids, daughter day, all that. I mean, he was a great guy, man.
It's really it's upsetting,
Yeah.
But,
yeah, no. Well, I'm gonna introduce another one of our guests, guys, or co-hosts, I should say. Yeah, co-host. I'm gonna change it from guest to co-host, because they're really not guests; they're more co-hosts with me tonight. Of course, I'm talking about the legendary Abe Cias. He's with us, a former Army veteran, and he's here with us tonight to kind of add to the memorial for Tommy, man. Hey, how you doing, Abe?
Hey, everybody. How's everybody doing tonight? Hope everybody's doing well. Yeah, and that was some sad news when I seen. We've been seeing a lot of people within the cryptid community, paranormal community, just leaving us.
Yep.
And then when I seen him, it's like it was a shocker. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
That when I seen that, I was already more honoring my mother, because my mother's was on the 21st. So October is always a rough month. So when you see people that you cross paths with, not here no more, it's saddening, man. It's saddening, and the only thing we can do is pray, for the next of kin, they're the loved ones. That's what it did. I prayed for him, for his children, and yeah, he was a good guy. It's just sad, because you don't know when. I guess nobody knows when our time is up.
No.
It's just very saddening.
Yeah, that's the thing about it, man. Life's a trip, because you never know when your number's gonna be up.
Oh, and it, unfortunately, this is what life is all about. It happens, and it always, very rarely does it happen unexpectedly.
Yeah, but the tripped out part about it is, Brian, is that there can be one guy, right? He's super healthy, eats super healthy, doesn't smoke, doesn't drink, doesn't do any extreme sports or anything like that, and boom, one day he's just gone, boom. And then there'll be the other guy who drinks, does drugs, smokes, does all kinds of crazy stuff, hanging out in the bars, just kind of life-threatening situations, and he won't die. He'll die of old age somewhere. It's crazy, isn't it?
My personal take is this, only the good die young.
Yeah, that is true.
I know that saying, and it's every time someone I know passes away, it's just, it's too soon.
Yeah.
But I think in life we have a path, okay? Yeah. And you have a path and a mission. And I do believe in reincarnation. You get to come back and try to, correct the mistakes you made previously. And if you really were an SOB in one life, you're going to have a tough life, and a long, tough life.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense, man. That makes sense.
Sad,
Yeah, and I really want to get into that point that you're making right there, but further on in the show, I really do, because we got to get one more. One more guest, and he's a very special guest, guys. Just to let you know, he's our boss in North American Dogman Project, Mr. Jody Cook. boss man, the big dog. He's here with us tonight, man. I'm gonna bring him on, okay?
Bring him in.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Doing all right, Jody. How you doing, brother?
Doing good. Doing good. Yeah.
Awesome.
Good to see people in the chat and
Yeah.
And I know this may be tough, for his immediate family of Lori, Cheyenne, and Connor.
Yes.
But it's no disrespect.
Right.
Love the guy, and should have been done sooner. But
yeah,
unfortunately, each one of us has
different things going on. Yeah.
Carlito and I have been trying since day one. We found out, and it's definitely needed to be done.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely a shock when I saw it on Facebook. He was just an all-around good guy. And like you were saying, it's just bad things happen to good people, and good things happen to bad people.
Yeah, I can never understand that. I can never understand that.
It's crazy.
Well, yeah, where I was going before Jody came in, and I'm glad Jody's in so I can explain it.
Yeah, no, we can go ahead.
So,
yeah,
I personally believe that what we do on this earth, it's purgatory, to be brutally honest. And it's really weird, but unfortunately, Jody lost a child, and my heart breaks every time I see when you post about your daughter. It's something you shouldn't have to do. Parents should never outlive their kids.
Yeah.
That's what I've always been told my entire life. But I think what happens is when you pass away early, you completed your task that the higher power, I'm going to say God, has asked you to do. But I think what happens is when you pass away early, doubling, you completed your task. That higher power.
My daughter, it was kind of weird with that. She before she passed, she was talking about angels visiting her.
Well, that's a sign that, unfortunately, and we're having internet issues. Yeah, so just bear with us, guys. Everybody's having a little bit of connection issue.
Yeah,
but
things that you knew. She was 15, or 14 years old rather, and heart surgeries, and her first double lung transplant. Because I was in the Army at the time, and when we got the word, the Army, because we just came our ghost.
You're kind of breaking up a little bit, Jody.
Yeah.
There. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Army gave me like 24 hours to go see my daughter, and my wife had to drive all the way down, to get me, and drive all the way up to Cleveland, clinic. And, she was so sedated, and, I know she knew I was there, and you had to go back. And then as soon as I got back, we deployed, and it was a month. I went like a month, because as soon as we got there, the invasion started, and communications were crappy. I for a month, I had no idea if she survived or not.
That's I feel I know, but everybody, she touched your lives. She made your lives better,
Oh yeah.
And just like, but the point I was making is, I think a lot of times when people pass away early, and it really hurts as a human to see a child, passing away, especially if you're connected to them. and if you have children of your own. But it sounds it's going to sound really crazy, and I'm not trying to dismiss it, but it's you've completed what you need to do, and you pass on. There's no more suffering. There's no more pain. You get your wings, and then you go back. You don't have to kind of repeat or kind of like rinse and repeat. And I think that's unfortunately, it's tough as the parent. Like your daughter, unfortunately passing away. It's miserable, but I know that your daughter's around you 24/7, the whole
Oh
family.
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh,
And
I
I
know.
know I said it in a post, to one of Laurie's posts. I said, Tom will move hell and high water
Oh
to
yeah.
watch over you and the kids. And I know he's there. I know it. I just, you know, it's hard, but you'll get those signs, and you know, those moments, you'll smell something or you'll see it. And I just pray that
They people don't understand. They come to you in your dreams. You know,
yeah, yeah,
they come. It was talking real breath. I literally felt her breath.
yeah.
I smelled her hair. You know, and they do. They come to you and
Yeah.
they talk to you in a dream. And that's how they communicate with you, because it's easier for them to communicate through a dream than I think through just when you're conscious.
It's easier because you can handle it better. Um, they know how tough it is for you, and I'm sure. And late at night is when, yeah, you're right. They're mostly visiting because there's no interference in the outside world. There's no interference of your brain, and they'll visit you in the dreams. Or what you're going to feel is you'll feel, and if you've had a dog or a pet, when they get on your bed, the bed goes down. You feel that. They'll do that. My dad sat at the edge of my bed for months. And our psychic and a great good friend of mine, Cindy Bailey Dove, I never ask her for readings. She goes, "Your dad's here. He's talking to me right now." And I know why my dad went to her, because I was too close, and two, she's a good looking woman. So, my dad's not an idiot. So
Yeah.
he knew the direct line, but they may not use, it may not be your immediate family. Someone else will come to you.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I do have, I don't really talk about it. I do have abilities. I do readings, and I get messages from people all the time. And I know when people are around, and I know that they're there. I can see them, and it's like a muscle. Keep using it, you'll have it. But I know they're there, and I know, um, Laura. I know her daughter's there too. So so I'm pretty sure Tommy is going real quick through that, introduction. Welcome to heaven. This will be a 1 hour class, which they all go through. And he's like, "No, I gotta get back," so he'll find his way back somehow. Um, and that would be great. See, everybody, it's this is what happens. Smells are big. Um, and feathers, coins. Um, my dad likes to, never been down to this house. And my kids are all telling me, like, I got this, like, my finger. My dad used to take his finger, thought it was funny, and poke you in the ribs as a joke, and it hurts, right? And yeah, I felt like someone was poking me in the ribs, and I'm like, that was your grandfather, you know. So
Wow, that's cool.
yeah, it's interesting. But that man that's on the screen right there, look, we all make mistakes. Everybody does, but that man, he and thank God for Lori and the kids, because that
Yeah.
one really, really got him. He did right when he found Jesus, and
Mhm.
he he wasn't all of us that do this stuff, we have a group, Cryptid Kings, and Tom had his show, Carlito and Tom, everybody had the show, and he was born again, and God bless, you know. Sorry, I don't want to monopolize it.
Oh no, it's fine, bro. I mean, say everything you want to say. It's fine. We'll all get a chance to say what we want to say about Tommy. Also, I just wanted to add real quick. I did ask Lori Cardos. I asked her for permission to be able to use Tommy's pictures, and I also asked her if it was okay for her to make the show to begin with, and she said, "Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, no problem. As long as you don't really tag him or me, our names, because we are kind of going through an investigation thing. I'm guessing on how the accident happened or something. I don't know. But yeah, she did mention that, and I said, yeah, no problem. So that's why I didn't tag anybody or put full names on there. Now, this is different because we're on live, so we could say the name, but not on the title itself. So yeah, just wanted to clear that up real quick.
Mm-hmm. I posted it. There are plenty of people that wanted, they knew Tom. He's a great guy and wanted to say something.
Yeah, no, absolutely, man. If you guys want to add anything else, I don't know, Abe, if you want to, go ahead and take a couple minutes to add anything you want to add about Tommy, man. Well, you actually did a show. You did a couple of shows with me and Tommy.
I did a couple of shows with him. He was pretty. I always felt that he always kept a lot within himself. Like if he was going through something, he was one of those people that really didn't like speaking too much of what he's going through. He would keep it inside him and hold it in,
or showing his feelings.
Which would make him like a stronger person because he's not letting out what he's thinking or what he's going through. That's the feeling I got of him with a couple of shows that I did with him. But in spite of that, he was. I guess we all go through our own trials and tribulations and in life, and some people handle it different than others. But yes, he was a good guy, man. He tried to uh, to s- to stay strong in spite if he was going through something. I don't know exactly how it happened or the accident that happened, but all I know is that all I can say is for the Heavenly Father to shine His heavenly light and help cross over, which I believe He's already crossed over, uh, and just for us to remember Him by the good person that He was, because
Thank
that's
you,
why I
Abe.
always talk about spiritual openings, that we have to maintain a heavenly love foundation in spite of what's going around us, man.
Right.
There's a real unseen spiritual warfare that's happening
Yep.
as I speak, and I'm saying it because I go through it all the time, man. I get spiritually targeted by unseen
Right.
forces
Yep.
or people from the other side of the balance that surface up and comment. My wife has been with me when this happens, and she's like, looks at me like, yeah, I guess all the things you've ever told me were true because I'm seeing it. I'm with you when the things happen to you where people out of the blue, we don't even know who they are. They come and tell you certain things.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like I can say things that I go through, but it's upon the other people to believe it. It's not about for them to believe. It's just I'm just trying to do my best out of the how do you try to say the things that I have to try to spread the spiritual wisdom and knowledge that I have. That there is an unseen spiritual war happening, and we have to be ready at all times. And the spiritual warfare is not going to be fought
Yeah.
through man-made things. It's also in spirit, and
Right.
I get changed. I mean, I went out yesterday. You see, I go out maybe once a week or not even once a month. When I go out, and
Right.
every time I go out, I always run into something. I don't even drink beer, man. Just put it that way. I don't drink beer. I don't
Wow.
smoke. I
Wow.
just go, and even I could be drinking a cup of water, and this people that are affiliated with, I guess you could say, the witchcraft and necromancy, they'll come up to me, they'll tell me certain things, and I know that they're just trying to see and say, "Oh, you're drinking water now," like trying to challenge me, but they can't because I don't have those spiritual openings, and it's just crazy. And then they'll tell me names of people that are part of what they do, and they're like, I guess, higher. I don't know. It's just crazy. So, but when I go out, I don't even try to focus on them, even though I know they're there or whatever. I just focus on having a good time with my wife, dancing, having just not give power to those things, man. That's basically what it is. Not give power to them, but
Yep,
yes,
absolutely.
unseen spiritual force is very real.
Yep.
Like I said, I was mourning my mom on the 21st. It's I honor every year for the past 39 years. I lost my mom when I was 15 years old, and the way I lost her was through domestic violence. In which, man, it was just one of those events that happened that has, uh, you never forget your loved ones. They do come to you. I know when I was in Germany, when I joined the military, I was 19. I was getting in Mandingo fights. I don't know if Jody Cook knows what that is, but they would make me fight Mandingo fights in Germany, and it was like my 40th fight, and they put this guy that was like almost 7 foot tall, almost weighed like 290 pounds, nothing but muscle. And I was weighing like 155, and the guy's saying that he's gonna grab me and break my back, and I'm gonna be paralyzed for the rest of my life. Then I hear something.
Hmm.
I hear the spirit of my mother. This is what she says. She says, "Dale la madre, mijo." She basically said, "Kick his ass," and that's what I did.
Yeah.
So
Marines,
the
right?
spirit of my loved one,
Yeah.
of my mother, has always been with me, man. In Germany, when I was in Operation Desert Storm, where I've been in close situations where, look, I'm even getting my hair's all standing up right now
Yeah.
because her presence is here. She's always been around me in spirit. That's one thing that people need to realize, that our loved ones never go away. They're always connected to us spiritually through the love we have for one another, which is a heavenly love foundation. So you're always going to feel them. You're always going to always, smell their perfume, or feel their spiritual presence, or you might hear them say something to you, and that you know that they're there. That they're not going to leave you astray, to leave you hanging when it's spiritual. I've been in spiritual battles where I feel the presence of my mother. Next thing you know, all the things that are around stop. It's kind of like when they become like guardian angels. They have angels with them, and they come and assist spiritually. So with Brother Thomas might not be here with us in the flesh, but he's with us here in spirit right now.
In spirit, yes, exactly.
He's
Hey,
always going to be with us in spirit.
also, I wanted to ask you, Abe, because I know you're a very religious guy, and I like that about you, man. And we've had shows before where we asked you. I think we even had one when you came on the very first time with me and Tom. I
Yes.
think we asked you during that. Well, I don't know if it was like maybe towards the end, but we asked you to give like a prayer, which you did, and we really enjoyed it. Well, this time I want to ask you if you can give a small prayer for Tom and his family, brother. Can you do that real quick for us?
Yes.
Thank you, man.
Uh, Heavenly Father, at this time, Lord, to pray for Brother Thomas' family members and his children. For you, Heavenly Father, to as we place heavenly spiritual crosses on every family member from head to toe, and we place spiritually heavenly crosses on in the homes, the windows, on the doorways, on their belongings. Um, at this time, we'd like to tie, bind, and rebuke any unclean spirits or any kind of witchcraft or necromancy, that if anybody's trying to do anything like this, for it not to work, as we type and rebuke it in Jesus Christ's name. We call upon the heavenly angels to protect the family members and do a clean sweep of their household, their personal foundation. Uh, and again, we type and rebuke any unclean spirits that are lingering around or trying to affect the family even more, for the Heavenly Father to intervene and stop the things that are happening that are not good, and so they can continue to live their life in peace. This I pray in Jesus Christ's name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Thanks for that, Abe. Appreciate that, man. I know Tom would have really appreciated it too, and I know he is because he's here in spirit, like you said. I know he's watching us right now. So
Can I ask a question of Jody?
sure.
Jody, not that you can get over any type of loss like this, and you've been there, and I don't know if Lori's going to listen or the kids or anybody eventually. But is there any advice or something you've learned that not makes it easier, but something that helped you, through the whole process? I know it's with you every day, but maybe you can help her in some way,
My thing is you know the person's always there with you.
Amen to that.
Yeah, I believe that as well.
You know,
Yeah.
uh, they'll reach out to you. They will. I mean, they'll be able to reach out to you. They'll let you know they're fine and everything is good. Um, just don't dwell on the sad part. Celebrate the life that you had. Just think about everything that you have done. You know, every single memory, every single activity, just everything, and think about it every. Take a few minutes out of the day and just think about the fun things that you did together, and that's all you need to do. Always give time. My thing is, I always gave time each day to sit there and think about my daughter and to talk to her and to say hi, let her know what's going on, in my life. There's times where I said, listen, I need a little bit of guidance here. Help me.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, and that's what I would do. Just take 5 minutes out the day to talk to them. It makes you feel so much better after you reached out to them, talk to them, say, hey, I need guidance. Hey, this is talk with them 5 minutes a day. It does it helps big time. And you have to keep the memory alive. Some people where they lose someone like a parent and stuff, and then you know it kind of goes away. And you can't do that. You have to keep them constantly in your memory. You cannot let them go away. Not at all. And you
Yep.
just I lost all my sisters. I lost my mother and my father. And I everything's going good. Their families are doing good. This is what's going on with their family. Just hold that conversation, and they want much better and it brings that connection so much closer.
Yep.
That would be my advice.
That's great advice. I have a lot of different religions in my family line, and grew up one way. I'm very spiritual, ordained minister. But there's a saying I've heard my entire life when someone passes away, and it's may their memory be a blessing always.
Mhm.
And may when you you know, when you think of Tommy, maybe it may be a blessing for Tommy's family, for yourself, because I know the guy I knew, the brother I knew that I was I was talking to him a couple. We would we get those phone calls every couple of months, or a month and a half or whatever. Hey, what's up? What's going on? Get it from him. I give him a call. And actually, when I drove down to Florida, because schools down here start in August for whatever reason, I was driving through North Carolina, and I was driving in Tropical Storm Debbie, and there were tornadoes and flash flooding. And I'm like, if in the back of my head, I knew that if I gave Tommy a call, I'm like, dude, I'm driving down there. Can I just pull over to your house for a little bit and just chill? He would have been like, yeah, well, please. And I know Lori would have been there, and it would have been great for, my kids would have been like, who's this? I'm like, this is Tommy, just call him Uncle Tommy. And because I opened my house to him. I said, listen, if you ever want to come down to Florida, I'm not that far away. Free house, just go I'm just telling you, rent a car. It's going to be easier, and the whole family could stay my place. Don't worry about it. And, I was going to talk to him about it, and, just, it didn't come around because life comes around, but, the May's memory be a blessing. It's just what it is, I'm seeing all the text coming up now.
Yeah, it's our good brother Steve Riley. He's a big follower and moderator as well for a lot of our mine, Tom's, and a couple other people. I'm guessing. I'm no, better not say it because I'm not sure if he's still in her group. So better not. Might get in trouble. But anyway,
trouble today, Carlos.
Yeah, I don't want to get in trouble. But yeah, Steve Riley's.
Be happy you're not doing it from the Golden Graph.
Yeah. See, he says Steve Riley says Tom, Carlito, Brian, and Al know what I asked. A lot of questions. I thank each and every one of you for answering my questions. Yeah, he's always willing to learn more and more.
I think we're all pretty accessible to that. I mean, even if you have questions about Dogman, with Jody is the founder, director, Jody, the Dogman cook. I think if you had a Dogman question or something, I know you would. I'm not speaking for you, Jody, but don't kill me. But I think we're all on that same line. We'll always answer questions. There's no stupid question. Better to ask a question than to not.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was looking at Steve Riley's post about interviewing the Impaler, Vlad the Impaler's ancestors.
Yeah, that was on Tom's show, I remember. Yeah.
I remember, I think when I first met you, I was with you on Cryptid and what we're on now, Paranormal with Tom and
Yeah.
And then I remember at that time, no offense, I'm going to bring up something old in the past, but there was like some online thing going on between people. I'm not mentioning names. So pardon the expression. I remember going in there. I'm like, hey, I met you guys, talked that you guys asked me on, and I'm always honored to be asked on any show or program. And all you do is just ask. I'm not like the Podfather, Al Santariga, but we'll go on or whatever. But honestly, they don't have to have you on. They don't have to ask you. So just ask. Someone asked, like, oh, I've been trying to get you on my show, but I'm like, just tell me, throw me some dates. I'll come on. But I remember there was this thing, and people were taking sides. It was like something out of West Side Story. And I said, listen, I have friends and associates that you may not be friends associates with, and that's fine. But I'm not going for any of that East Coast, West Coast rap crap. You are friends with who you are. Don't let that bother you, who you are. And you guys respected it. And Tommy was great. You guys asked great questions. Tommy had you on the show. And Tommy, it would almost all the pictures I saw after I sent them the Bigfoot shirt, and he kept wearing it. And I'm like, it's the UFO shirt he wears. It's Nano.
I remember that. Yeah.
I mean, it's just like, that's what you do. People like really? I'm like, yeah, there's some people that you meet that what their game is. They're trying to get a leg up on you. And Tommy wasn't that.
You know what?
Or any of you guys in here.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for
especially Nana, who I love.
Thank you for reminding me of that, Brian. And good thing you said that, because you know what, it hadn't crossed my mind to go back and look at those interviews that we did with you first, and then Al second, and then we did one with both you guys on there, me and Tom. So man, you just kind of boom, took me back in time right now. I remembered when we did that, me, Tom, and you, and I hadn't thought about going back to see them, because actually I got a little time capsule there where I can see Tom again. Man.
Yeah, and what's great about it is
I hadn't thought of that.
This is what I loved about it. That Lori would go into the chats too. And this is how it works. Like, a lot of people keep their private lives private. Like, my other half doesn't, she knows what I do. She doesn't care. She's not coming into the chat whatsoever. But it's like, I love the fact that people come in, and I love that all these people that are in our chat right now, and even more that unfortunately couldn't be here for whatever reason, it's life.
But they'll be in here later, after the fact. Yeah. You know what I mean? After it's live. So I know they'll be here later, listen to all this. So yeah. So it's for the record.
Right. I know they're going to come in, but you got, everybody's just wonderful. It's real, and it's not someone trying to, puff their chest. Tom didn't need to puff his chest. Tom was like Diesel. There's a couple of photos of Tom.
Yeah.
I'm going to go kick someone's ass right now.
Yeah.
But and I'm sure, he worked HVAC, so he's lifting all these big units. I mean, that was his gym, and he kept, pretty fit,
Yeah.
Great looking couple right there,
Yeah.
And so, but, he's one of those guys that when you became friends with him, you became like family. And
well, remember, Brian, that I used to call him nicknames. I used to call him Tominator. I used to call him what was it, Tommy Gunn, the famous boxer back in the day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because of his his build, his strong build that he had. Yeah.
So right.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, it's like I got a couple of friends that they just lift, that they're into that stuff. They're bouncers, they're big boys, and that's what it looked like,
Yeah.
Like, don't come near my kids or my wife, type of thing. But somebody said this, and almost more than one person said it. Look at the photo. I don't think you'll ever see a photo of Tom without a smile on his face.
Yeah, that's true.
He always smiled. Even with that little fish photo there.
Yeah, with the little bitty fish he caught. Yeah, he'd be smiling. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, another, I used to call him Tomahawk too. Tomahawk, like, Tomahawk. Yeah, I had a bunch of nicknames for him, man. He used to just laugh every time I call him Tomahawk or Tominator.
It's just fun. We have this whole great group, and everybody in there is real cool.
Yeah.
And, it's just, and we just, the English, or if you're in the UK, they'd say, you're taking the piss out of me. And we do that. But I'm sure Jody, being, thank you for your service. I know you guys really get into people. Like, I'm sure you got some really good nicknames for some people that you met.
Oh yeah, we got.
That's what you do when you're friends. You're hanging out.
Yeah, and you know what? It like, to me, when I first met Tom, I thought he was ex-military, bro. Really, because the way he carried himself and kind of built and tough, and like nothing can knock me down kind of thing going on. You know what I mean? But saying that, speaking of that, I want to thank both Abe Cias and Jody Cook for their services to the country. Thank you, guys. Yes, thank you, man. You guys are crazy, man.
Brother Jody Cook's name sounds familiar. I knew a Cook. I just don't know where he was stationed at. What years were you in, Brother Jody?
Oh, I was 20 years.
What year? What?
Leonardwood, Fort Knox, Benning, Carson. Did a little bit of time in Germany.
Yeah, because your name sounds familiar, man. When I seen Jody Cook, I knew Cook out there, but I was in from '89 to '99. That's why I was asking what years were you in?
I was a 50 caliber instructor at the National Training Center during the first Gulf War.
Damn,
You know,
that's
when they were
awesome.
sending everybody through the National Training Center before they
Yeah.
and stuff. So we were training a lot of them there on the 50 caliber. In the they were
Nice.
training with the Op 4, at the time. So yeah,
In Fort Oren, California.
Yep.
Yeah, I was in Germany. I was with 7 Corps. Uh, well, of course, as a tanker, my duty station was Fort Knox, but from there, first duty station was in Erlangen, Germany, near Nuremberg. But yeah, just your name seems familiar. I mean, I might have seen you in ATC because I was a little bit overseas. I
is
did
everybody
I
back on?
deactivated a unit, and they get sent us to Fort Hood. So I was always going Fort Owen to train. See, sometimes we'd go like 2 months out of the year to train over there. At one point in
Yeah,
time,
yeah. You
because they
guys,
had a
like
lot of money.
everybody, went completely off for a minute there. It
Yeah.
was black screen, but what I was saying was Fort Ord, California, and I
Hmm.
remember there the creek bed part, and it's like that part there and things. Yeah, it's yeah, it was great. Yeah, loved uh, in a scout platoon, and we end up nice. So half of the group, you had your chance to either go kilo, which was a tank. So I ended up doing the cavalry scout and things because there was no way I was going to get in a tank. You know,
That they had the M60s. Well, no, I think towards the end they were doing M1 tanks too, or I don't know. But like in Germany, there was home fields that had the M60s.
yeah.
Yeah, but it's
Um, for a short time, I was an ammunition specialist, and kind of um, we were taking ammunition to because in the Abrams, when it's moving, the barrel stays in a stable,
mhm.
moves around the barrel. Okay, and it hit something. His head got caught in between there, between the barrel and the tank, and he was killed. To the range. The range master told everybody to get out of their tanks, get out. And some of the tanks that were on the range still had, you know, and they end up letting everybody out. It's like, what's going on? What happened? And they go, well, there's stop all the firing, and it's like that didn't make any sense whatsoever. Next day, for like massive UFO sightings all
Ooh,
around this town we were at, you know, UFO stuff. So, common sense tells you that they were having this activity taken. There was no sign of aggression, towards these UFOs or whatever that was there. And it was kind of a weird situation. And then we found out the shuttle wasn't even up at the time, so that gave um, that was kind of a neat scenario there, you know. Yeah, I did a lot of things in the Army. Yeah.
I love these, and it's like war stories, you know. My dad used to he was drafted Korea, I believe it was, and he used to tell some stories that were just insane. And then you look at him and like, really? You know, it didn't he wasn't your atypical soldier. So,
Mm.
but some of the stories he said later on in life and the things that he saw was just God bless you guys and everybody else that serves. I had the pen to the paper and I was
Uh,
about to sign with the Coast Guard. Then I said, you know, I get seasick, and I walked out.
yeah. I mean,
Close.
it is. It's the military there is as a deterrent, to war. And you
I think you're breaking up a little bit again, Jody, or kind of pausing.
yeah,
Maybe.
it's it. You guys are breaking up. You keep
Right. I
screen
think
keeps going black.
Oh,
that may be on. Are you using a computer or a smartphone,
who?
Jody?
Oh,
It sounds totally like a connection issue. That's why.
Yeah.
So
yeah. It kind of comes and goes though. You know what I mean? It's not like constant. You
Yeah, but
know,
well,
interruption.
this is very familiar with you know StreamYard does this a lot.
yeah,
If you're not
Oh,
paying, yeah, if you're not paying for it, it does this.
oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, you know what, Brian? Yeah, it's been so long that I haven't used StreamYard, with a lot of people like today. Do you remember, Brian, when it did that to us when it was like, what was it, 6 of us? It was, who was it? It was you, Brian. It was Jody. Who else was it? Al,
yeah. We started.
me, and Tom, I think. I can't
Tom
remember.
was, you, Tom. I know.
Yeah,
I think Al was there.
yeah, yeah,
And, I think Jody was there. We were
yeah.
talking about stuff that would be classified as
And it started
um,
kind of muting all of us.
controversial.
Yeah,
Controversial.
yeah, right.
And we were broaching on certain, what you would say, a conspiracy theory, or we're talking about,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then, like, one by one, it started breaking up. And then after a while, it was like, "Boop, where did
Just
Carlito
popping
go?
us out. Yeah, just popping us out.
Where'd Jody go?" This
Yeah.
happens all the time when you're talking about the subjects we used to talk about.
Uh huh.
Yeah, it all the time.
Yeah, I hate that about.
I mean, like, I already know that because I talk about a whole variety of different topics, on this and what role certain agent, letters play or may play, and then sometimes, depending on what show I go on to, it's a little more political or apolitical.
Mm-hmm.
It gets a little bit crazy, but I know my phone's tapped someplace. I've actually caught him doing it on my car.
Wow,
And,
really?
it's just what it is,
I don't know. I don't know how much Jody's into conspiracy theories like me and you, Brian. But
large dog, that wolf guy. Nah,
yeah,
never seen anything like that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean,
They'll let you know they don't want you talking about it.
Oh yeah, they will.
Yeah, I see some weird stuff over there in NTC. An incident where I was asleep and I felt like water drops on my sleeping bag. So I thought it was raining. I was gonna jump inside the tank, and I unzipped it. When I got out of my sleeping bag, it wasn't raining or nothing. Then
Oh,
when I looked around the tank, it was nothing but coyotes, and it was like a circle formation around the tank. And I witnessed one that was black with red eyes, like uh, like it was the alpha or something in charge of them. So what I did is, of course, I went into a little bit of prayer within myself, but my other instinct told me to urinate around the tank. So I urinated around the tank. Once I urinated around the tank, they took off.
oh yeah.
The black one took off first. After the black one took off, all the other ones took off. But that always would always tell us not to have food laying around. Make sure it's in the trash bag. So I'm thinking they might have been there for the food, but there was so many of them that the rest of the crew was asleep. That man, they could attack. That
Oh yeah.
many. So I remember that incident. I'll never forget it. But I marked my territory, which was just peed around the tank, and they took off.
You just told them
I'm
I'm the
more sure that
alpha.
Joe seen
Don't
a lot of
start.
them out there like that.
Yeah, don't start. I'm the alpha. And I know, Jody. I mean, I had a dog. Unfortunately, I lost him to kidney failure early. But I know Jody had, dogs and you had shepherds and whatever. And you just know, like when you're dog people, and of course we talk about dog men all the time, So the canine kind of like role of what things mean, you know. And actually we were talking prior to the show, we're talking about how close in images, and we'll get into that probably later, but I knew right off the bat when I was having that encounter where it's no more than 20 feet from me and I'm peeing, because I had to. I was going to do it in a cemetery. It's disrespectful. So I know what that meant, doing that in front of such a large dog man, canine. That was me saying I'm the alpha. And if you even think about coming near me, we're gonna have a problem. Which I think he took the creature by surprise. Um I always have this vision like there's a collective with them because they all know like a giant center consciousness, and they just know things about people. Bigfoot has it too, and they just know who's cool and who's not. And I just see this like that dogman going back to the like the pack, and they're all sitting around a fire, and he's smoking a cigarette and going, and then the fat guy starts peeing in front of me.
Yeah.
What'd you do, Frank? What'd you do?
Hey, Brian, I have a question real quick for everybody here on the panel. Do y'all think that people, like, I consider myself one of those people that are good with animals, you know what I'm saying? Like kind of telepathically communicating kind of thing, and they kind of smell your vibe and your frequency, and they kind of feel you out, and they're like, okay, this guy's a friendly. He's not a hostile. So, him being a friendly, then I'm gonna go ahead and interact with him, like in a good way, right? Like dogs, for instance. There's a lot of people that I consider myself one. Like I said, that I'm really good with dogs. Like even if they're barking, I get close to them and I kind of just stare at them for a little bit and show him my posture where I'm no threat to him and all this stuff. And I kind of just talk them down like, hey boy, you're good, boy. Hey boy, like that. And they just kind of come down from their aggressive defending stance or whatever, and then they kind of give in. You know what I mean? That type of thing. I'm not saying dog whisper, but I'm just saying the vibe. The vibe, the good vibe. They dogs can actually smell your good vibe, bro, or bad. That too. They can smell your bad, and even if you get close to them, they'll freaking try to bite you. So that being said, do you guys think that might work the same in the cryptid world, like say Bigfoot, Dogman? Because I know Tommy, he had a couple of encounters in his backyard where Bigfoot would come to his backyard. They would even gift him. They would gift him like dead animals and stuff like that, and he would gift them back with like apples, stuff like that. Oklahoma Nana knows about this. I'm pretty sure you guys do too, but I'm just bringing it back up where Tommy used to have that, benevolent, vibe to him that these Bigfoot would come and interact with him like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, maybe not. They did. He said that he did see him a couple times, and I'm pretty sure Lori did too. That's what they were talking about in the chat a while ago. Steve Riley in Oklahoma, Nana, and maybe it's the type of vibe that a person gives off, the energy, the positive energy, the frequency, all that, the vibration within your body, because that's what we run off of, electricity, whatever. So do y'all think, answer me that if you can. Do y'all think that has anything to do with cryptids as well, like it does with animals?
I want to just say, tell Jody. I guess start from the Jody, and then we'll go up from there.
Okay, yeah, go ahead, Jody. Tell me what you think about that, buddy.
I think when something's not right. I had an incident where across the street from the main road where I live, and there where there's and they a little bit, and I found two really beautiful tracks, and I made casts of those. So while I'm waiting for them to dry, I had to urinate real bad, so I urinated, up on behind a tree there. I one my my urine is much different from someone who is healthy, and it seemed like about 2 days. Really crazy stuff. I mean, I had a 155-pound German Shepherd. I mean, he was huge, and he would not leave the yard. I mean, when I would take him out, he was stand on the porch and just look right down the street at this one part of the street. He would just look down there, and he would fight me to get him out to the yard. So I would have to get him out to the front yard just to use the bathroom. And for like 4 days, he would not leave the yard. He would not even go out into our backyard, which is fenced, unless I was there with him. So he was sensing something that scared him. And we're getting ready to walk, and I noticed that
come over here, hooked up the computer because my battery is running low.
Okay, that's cool. Hey.
Sorry, Jody, continue.
You were saying, Jody?
Got into turns a little bit, and there's a large tree there. I noticed there was something large, like kneeling next to this tree, and this car goes past, and you see the car slow down because this is you see his tail lights, and then he just like halt. But I mean, whatever it saw scares him. He going to the house, and so I'm cleaning up the kitchen a little bit. He's like window, and he just goes completely ate crap. I thought he was going through the window, literally. I look out to an appointment. I go out, and I notice there's this handprint, a canine's handprint on my car. The two where the nail marks were. I took a picture of it.
I was just gonna say that's the picture you sent me, right?
Yeah.
Jody? Yeah.
And it on the hood of my looked like off of my car. And then I had my car was parked behind my wife's car one day, and I turned her car on to start it, and the red tail lights hit that, like right there where this thing either urinated or spit up on or whatever. But it was strange, man. I was like, but my dog knew even did because I'm trying to figure out because my dog always loved going for walks. He loved being, like I said, he would just not. Something spooked him so bad. And I'm thinking the tracks that I found was from this thing that picked up my smell for my urine and was able to track me. Because it wasn't really that far to be honest with you. But the way incident happened before I, went out to take my dog out, my wife called me and she was telling me that the two entrances to the parks were blocked with black SUVs. Something's going on in the park. There's these, bunch of black SUVs blocking the entrance to the park.
I wonder what's going on
here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was, yeah, they can sense things.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I think they do, and like a lot of people agreeing in the chat, that yeah, dogs and other animals are great judge of character. They know who is good or bad. Yeah, that's what I was saying. And a little bit more spiritually, I guess you could say, but yeah, it's basically the same thing because they do feel your vibration, your good vibration. There's such a thing as a good vibration. That's why the song "Good Vibration." Yeah, there is such a thing as a good vibration, and there is such a thing as a bad vibration too. So, I think dogs, how they smell way better than we can. I think that has something to do with it because they have extraordinary, sensory glands in their heads or ears, whatever, nose, smell.
Yeah.
They can hear further away than we can. They can smell further away than we can. So imagine, they can feel the vibration as well.
They have in their pads, glands, and
yes,
senses that what they can smell is just insane. They can smell cancer, and other things too. But you got to understand, as every animal on this planet gives off an odor and a scent, and depending on how you're feeling, that odor and scent changes. So on top of that, even though they say, I think dogs can see more than just black and white. Personally, I think they can see a different spectrum, a little more on the UV side. But I think they can see your aura, and your aura is known and seen. That is your calling card. And when you have somebody who is coming in, like I could tell you right now, like up in the New York area, because I don't have access to any firearms. But when we do investigations down here, because there are a lot of things will kill you in this state. We went when I went on the Bigfoot one, and I'm going on another one in a couple of days. But I'm not bringing, but I'm going to Night Armament, which is a company that makes high quality weapons for the U.S. military and consumer market. But we always go out there, and when we have, firearms on us, we always let them know that they know we have them. They're not stupid. They can smell the powder. They know what it is all about. We tell them, this isn't for you. This is for the other predators that want to try to make us their prey. And we're only as a defensive thing. And, if I say it all the time, and I say it in my consciousness first, and then I'll say it out loud. If at any point we have to protect ourselves, and you got to stop something coming at you or whatever, what we'd like to do is to leave it for you as an offering for you and your family, and to take it. But they know and they sense it. It's really interesting. If you have a dog and it's a puppy or whatever, or even you saying, not like super aggressive dogs, but when you're an alpha, you come in with that alpha spirit, they know. Dog trainers, one of my family friends trains dogs for movies and everything. He did in the military too. Bash Debra, and great trainer. And he is 100% an alpha. He does boom. He'll alpha roll the dog when they're younger. You try to catch their teeth. He tries to bite. Boom, alpha roll him. So my other half didn't know what the hell. She's like, "Oh my god!" I'm like, "No, it's good." After he did it twice, my dog was like, when he was a puppy, like, "Yeah, go ahead, touch whatever you want at this point." Then he brought a sister out, and his sister went in, and she was worse. And you're like, boom, one alpha roll. It's like whatever you want. It's how you approach it. You alpha roll something, or you're able to. If you show your teeth in a lot of society, with animals, they know that's aggression. That's why you don't stare at a gorilla that's coming to you, or a monkey or chimp. You look down. That's a fight. If two dogs go too close, nose to nose, for too long, like literally more than like a second or two, there's going to be a fight. And it's just knowing the signs. Sorry. You're being checked up on. That's great.
Who's that? Me? No, I'm keeping up with the chat.
Yeah, you're being checked up on.
Yeah.
It's kind of like they let you know when they don't want you to be in the territory. That's what I witnessed. Being in the military, we're always out there training, daytime, nighttime. I would see big shadows pass right beside me. I just didn't know there were skinwalker shapeshifters. At that time, I didn't know nothing about no dog man. The only thing I knew was from movies was about like werewolves, but I would notice them down range when we'd be like at Blackwell Multi-Use Range, which was when we go qualify our tanks. I was a gunner, and I would notice movement down there by where the generators are, where the pop-up targets pop up. Because we're supposed to scan to know where TRPs are, and I would see movement out there. Something very tall moving, and six dark shadow figures moving. So I had to call range control, tell them, hey, there's some activity downrange. I see six things moving down there, but it's not registering, or as they have any kind of heat. It's just six shadow figures. So they had equipment up there where they could look down range. So when they would see the movement, they would send range control down range to see what's out there moving. Because normally, like a cow or a deer, they would have some kind of heat signature, right? But or any kind of animal, rats, raccoons, possums. But these things were just like a dark shadow figure moving down there. So they would go out there and investigate, but they would never find nothing. But when you do that, you have to do a ceasefire and take out all your ammo, and then traverse your turret to the rear, get the green chem light off, and put on the green one up, to say you're green to green. But yeah, we noticed that all the time. We were kind of like one of the tanks we were firing between like 3 to 3:30 in the morning. So we're catch that activity, and I don't think we're the only one, because I would notice other tanks are on the time frame where there was call it ceasefire, but there was definitely something out there. We just didn't know. I don't think it was something that was in the flesh, because I would notice them in that range, and I noticed them in Clabber Creek range. This movement that you could. I would get double verification from my tank commander. Do you see that? And he looks, yeah, I see something moving down there. But it's got no heat signature. And that was creepy right there. That something very tall moving, but with no heat signature, because they were taller than the targets. You know. I witnessed that. One thing that I noticed afterwards, when I started having my experiences, is they don't like you being in the territory. Yeah, they're very territorial. I will find, like, I could go through the path, and next thing you know, there's a branch blocking the path, or something in the middle of the path. Like, they're telling you, don't come into it. This is our area. So you're trying to figure out what's out there. Because we're curious, and of course they're not going to show themselves to you during the day. So I said, okay, it's just nothing. So I will go back to my home. Next thing you know, when I wake up in the morning, there's piss on my sliding door, s- piss on my door, and piss on my vehicle. A very strong stench. I said, okay, I guess I take this as they're telling me you came into our territory. Now we're marking your territory. So there I
Yeah.
go back
Yep.
again. It becomes a battle. I go back to their territory and I go piss on their trees. So it becomes a pissing competition, because then
Literally.
they go to my house and do the same thing again. So then I said, okay, you came pissed my house, pissed over here. Now I won't come over here no more. Just don't go piss in my house no more, and we'll leave it at that.
Yeah, we'll just leave it be.
Hey, Abe, can you tell Jody real quick about your encounter that you came on Big Cunnif's channel? Can't remember
Oh,
the episode,
Dogman
but
Encounters
can you tell him
episode
real quick,
53.
like, yeah, so he can get an idea of what you
Yeah,
went through?
yeah. I was asleep. You know, I was asleep in my room because there was already things happening before. Because my son had gotten lured into the woods when he was like 4 or 5. He was 4 and my friend's daughter was 5. They were playing in the playground out by the creek with my friend. We came out of the creek and we couldn't find them. And the park. 'Cause you got two parks in the mobile home park. So we searched on one side, went to the other side. We couldn't find them. I went home. I thought they might be playing video games at the house, and I couldn't find them. So we called the cops. We already been looking for about 40 minutes. I went back to the park and I start yelling. I'm freaked out because that's my only son. I'm trying to figure out what could have taken him. Not knowing that there is animals out there that can probably take a child. Around that age. So as I'm looking and I'm praying, I'm praying to God to help me find them. And the sun setting, I see because my son was a tall boy, so I could see the top of his hair behind a bush in the distance. I could see the hair. So I took a running. I ran through the brush and everything, and I found them. They were standing in front of a big oak tree, and they were like in a uh, trance-like state, like hypnotized. And I asking them, "How come you didn't answer me when I'm calling you?" And they had their eyes closed. They wouldn't say nothing. So I continued to talk to them. I said, "Why? What are you doing here?" And both of them said the black man called us at the same time. By then, I'm yelling, and my sister comes, my friend comes, and I tell him, take him with you. So, me being prior military, I go searching the woods for this man in black, either somebody dressed in black or an African American, right? I'm searching, I look through the creek, through to where the bridge is, to the highway. I searched all the perimeter, man, and I couldn't find nothing. Uh, After that, it's like the following day we went there, and my friend, a camcorder. This is like in 2000 and 2004, 2005. My friend had a camcorder, a little camcorder, and we start walking down the trail. I said, if we capture this man in black, we said we're going to get the evidence and show it to the police so they can try to come and arrest him. Or I'm going to try to capture him. So she goes there with a little camcorder, walking down the trail, and next thing I hear her say, "Oh my God!" And when I look back, she's running. So I don't know what she's running from. So I'm looking to see if I see anything, and I'm not seeing anything. So by the time I go home, she's already gone. She grabbed her daughter and she took up out. She left back to her house. So I went to her house and she had the camera sitting on the sofa, and she was like all scared. And she said, "I think I caught something." So when I was reviewing the footage of the camcorder, when she said, "Oh my God," I noticed something looking at us in the woods. It was a dark shadow figure, what seems to be like it was made from the woods itself. And he had like a amulet around his neck, like very bright golden color to it. And when she said, "Oh my God," it went straight into the ground. So, that's what I captured. But then after that is when I had the encounter of the six, where That's like about a year later, uh, or a couple of years later. My sister say, hey, there's somebody outside that's dealing with big kind of show. She said, there's a woman yelling for help. It's like 3 in the morning. So I was asleep. I get up, I go outside, and I could hear a woman yelling for help. So I go inside, put on my warm ups because it was cold. I grab a bat and I said, I'm going to go in there in blackout mode uh, with no flashlight. I go to see where the spot is, and it's coming from the woods. So I said, okay. So I grab my bat. I go in there in blackout mode. I'm already dressed in black because I had black warm ups and a black wool sweater. So I'm going in there in blackout mode, trying to go ninja style without breaking no branches or leaves. And I keep on hearing the cry for help, get close and close. And as I feel that she's right there by me, I'm fixing to swing the bat to see whoever's doing the harm. The cry for help stops. So I'm in the woods, I'm moving, I'm looking around to see if I can see any movement. I don't see no movement at all, or no more cry for help. So I'm looking through the creek because the leaves are falling. So I could see the gas station that's in the distance and an empty parking lot where there's a club, but there's no cars because it's empty. 3:30 in the morning. Then I felt something. My cigarette, my sensor got triggered, and I said something's behind me because I could feel it. So when I turned around, there it was, 4 or 5 feet away from me, man, in the woods. It was very tall, looking down at me. I could only see his silhouette because I was in blackout mode. I could see his He had white glowing eyes, but it was that one that was 4 or 5 feet away from me. There was two other ones that were like in 10-meter intervals, and they had like white eyes. And then to the left, there was three more. One was low to the ground. One was like a center, or like somebody that's fixing a tackle, and the other one was standing up in the distance. But they were like very tall, like 9 foot. So I'm there and I'm like, my mind is like, I'm gonna run into the creek. I can go run into the highway. The highway was like I say 60 to 70 feet, but I would have to go into a ditch, climb up the ditch to get to the highway, because it's by the bridge. Uh and I said, no, they're too big. It's like the bat looked like a damn, excuse my language, like a toothpick. So I dropped the bat and I said, well, there's only one other solution is just to go right down back where I came through. That's the only thing that I could think of is to go back the same path. So I went into prayer, saying the Our Father, deliverance prayer, the Our Father, and when I started walking, I was ignoring them. Imagine ignoring something big, beastly that's looking at you, but all you think you can see is their silhouettes and their glowing eyes looking at you. As I'm passing them, they're turning their heads, and I'm walking in the middle of the path. And as I'm saying the Our Father, uh, this was weird when we talk about their telepathic. Is that all of them started saying something to me when I was going through the middle saying the Our Father? They kept on saying the Holy One, the Holy One, and I was like, it's like to me, is they're trying to interrupt my prayer or they're acknowledging my prayer? But I just kept on praying and walked out of there. Luckily, they didn't attack or whatever they were. You know, that's why on the show I believe that I said that they were demonic because of the time frame was between 3 and 4 in the morning when I went in there to help the call for help of this woman that was yelling for help. I went
Yeah,
back the following day
the
and I
witching.
never found nothing. I didn't find no purse, no lipstick, no nothing. But that's the day that my nephew was taking pictures, and I captured that picture. I guess it's was the main picture of spiritual and cryptid encounters there for a while. Was an image of something looking at us, that looked beastly. I don't know what. I just, you know, it was one of those things that I'll never forget. And well, of course, they showed themselves numerous times after that, but I just had to leave. I couldn't be there no more. It was pretty hot and heavy, with a lot of activity.
Yeah, I was gonna
I mean,
say, Abe, that what you mentioned, that's like, generally known as the witching hour. You said demonic
Yeah,
hour, but
yeah.
it's generally known as the witching hour between
The
2 and
witching
3
hours,
a.m.
demonic
Yeah,
hour.
well, actually more like between 2 and 4, but yeah, and a
Yeah.
lot of a lot of encounters happen at that time. A lot of paranormal encounters happen at that time. More
Because
than
I had a
anything.
friend that lived right there by the park, by the swing sets, where she couldn't see at nighttime. You know, I knew her husband. He was in the military, but he had gotten deployed. And he said if I could take his dogs out at nighttime to use the restroom because she couldn't see at nighttime too well. So I said, sure. The one night she calls me and she's like, hey, uh, she was all scared. Something's out there. She's like, what do you mean? So well, something threw a log to my house. You know, my dogs scared my dogs and threw a log towards us, a chunk of piece of wood. So when I went over there to check it out, to frickin' the piece of wood was literally in through the mobile home. It went through the wall of the bedroom, like it made an opening through the outside wood into their home. It made a hole. Whatever it was strong enough to be able to for something to throw something that strong and make a hole in the wall. So then I went up there to where she said he threw it from, and I went out there. It was by that path, and I said, "Is there anything out here?" You know, I'm asking somebody out here, but nothing would say nothing. But something literally lunged a piece of wood into their mobile home,
Yeah.
made a hole. It was stuck like a
Hey, Abe.
log, you know, pretty big
Abe.
size log.
Hey, but I got a real quick question that I've never asked you before. All the times that I've heard your story, brother, did your hair stand on end when you were reciting the prayer and they were saying to you telepathically, the Holy One? Did your hair stand on end, bro? By any
My
chance?
my hair my hair stood up when I finally realized that there was
What
nobody
was
there,
what was
and I
happening?
felt yeah when I felt something behind me. That's when all my hair stood up, and I already knew that when I turned, this there something was going to be there.
Right.
So when I turned, that's when I seen them. It's when they identified themselves to me. It was six of them. They never said nothing to me or anything. All I know is that when I went into prayer, that's my safe zone. So I had to go into spirit, man, and able to survive the situation. The only weapon I had was a bat, and I let it go because as big as that were, the little bat is like a toothpick. So they say that when you see an aggressive animal or if the animal feel threatened, they see you with a weapon, they're gonna come at you. So I let go of the bat, which there was six of them and only one of me. So well, at least if I go through the path and something happens to me, at least they'll find some kind of remains of me or something. Hopefully, some kind of trace of me that I died on that path. Because they would have gone to the creek or anywhere else, and most likely I would have. If there was something that would have ambushed me, you know. I just after that, it's kind of like I was a protector of that area. If I would see children there late at night or whatever, I go until I make you only leave this area or whatever, because I didn't want nothing to happen to them. Uh,
Right. Hey, yeah, Jody, I want to hear your take on that, man. So I was just gonna ask you, what do you think
yeah.
about all that?
I didn't get a chance to listen to the story. I mean, I heard about him being on there. It's interesting. You
Mm-hmm.
know, there's a lot of, you know, woods itself, you know, that's, and I talked about that, and there's Dandy Boone National Forest right there.
Mm-hmm.
And, Moorhead, Kentucky is a town that is missing people in that town. There's a guy that was working on run down the street screaming, go into the woods. He saw like a flash of light, a beam came down and like pulled, watching it. We're with where, I mean, it's just, just a lot of crazy, crazy stuff. NASA put a telescope. There's alleged UFO crash there. There's a guy that has a camera that he runs like 24 hours. Alleged aliens that survived are like running around the area there. And then you have who are there would see like lights, just like go through the woods. Really weird. And we were there one time, and some guys who work for military fire helicopter. I mean, you can see like really good, and it's able to measure, the size of an object, how far that is away. And there was an open field there, something sitting under this tree, and you could see the shape of it. I mean, it was big, it was husky, but it was kneeled down. And I said, okay, let me run out to the field, okay, and see how close I can get to this thing and see if it moves. So I would run out there, and the only light was moonlight because it was able to see, a little bit ahead of me. And I would run out, and they would catch it. Well, it was measured at 4.5 feet kneeling down and over 9 feet when it's to the lake. And there was like 3 or 4 lights that were that. And there's no way it was somebody walking, because it would have fell off because of how the tree line off on the edge. Really weird. And then I would run back, and it would come around the tree. Yeah, but this thing was, but we never did. But we saw the footage. It was wicked. And like I said, it picked these 3 lights that were like coming through the tree line and things. And the thing about this forest is no native. Scary of a place to be.
Are you still talking about Daniel Boone National Forest?
Yeah, Daniel Boone. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's where I had my dog.
Wow.
Yeah, there, Daniel Boone.
Okay, I would have thought I would have thought you were gonna say Ohio, because I know you're from Ohio. I thought you were gonna say that you had your encounter over there, not Daniel Boone. Wow, that's what, I've actually heard a lot of stories about Daniel Boone throughout the years of Dogman researching. There's a lot, obviously, with Vic Cundiff, but also there's another guy. He's a good friend of ours. His name's Paul Chafin, and he lives in Kentucky. And he goes to, you know who he is? Yeah, he goes to Daniel Boone all the time. And he has some really, convincing evidence, dude. Like recordings, pictures, videos, tracks. He also has awesome tracks. I had him on my show about maybe 2 years ago or 3. I don't know, because this show's been about 3 years. And he brought some tracks, pictures of his tracks. And I put them up, man. They're so awesome, man. Like very detailed, like pause, the little little fat digits in your
pads.
Yeah, pads. Yeah, all that, dude. Like in the hand part, not just the foot, the hand part, like this, like my hand.
Yeah.
But like with real bumpy. Yeah. That's how they.
The one cast that I got from the side of the park, it's almost like a hand.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, literally, it's like a hand.
Yeah. Yeah, the one also, you know what, which one's real good, Jody, that I remember real clearly, is the one next to the horse, that dead horse. the track that you took, man, that one's awesome. And that one also looks like a hand. You see the nails and everything. Yeah. Long fingers.
That was kind of, and yeah, they destroyed that.
Oh, really?
The horse. I'm actually currently looking at land in Tennessee, and the property I'm looking at land overlooks land between the lakes.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Not much land, just like a place to go and whatever, get a bug out or whatever.
Wow.
Not a big fan, but yeah, look, it's not like super close, but you know what? A normal wolf has a 150-mile radius of hunting.
Yeah.
And these things must have 1,500-mile radius.
Oh yeah.
Because, so you can't be too, I could move to northwestern Washington State and it'd be too close.
You know what? You just said overlooking LBL. So that doesn't mean it's in the island, but across the lake.
It's
somewhere.
Yeah. It's in the state Tennessee.
Right.
Overlooking the area. It's close, but Daniel Boone is always you'll hear that place mentioned numerous times.
A lot,
Bigfoot,
everywhere.
Dogman, just UFO strange stuff, missing 411. And everybody, I'm sorry, but I don't care what anybody says. The godfather of a lot of this Dogman stuff that they're bringing it really out. The first person I heard was Vic Condiff, who is always very quiet.
Yeah.
Hey, Jody, you tell us about her Dogman story. Vic was always. I did a, and I think I played in the Cryptid Kings. I took a couple of voicemails of Al. He's like, I'm at Stop and Shop. I'm like, and I did my imitation of Vic Condiff interviewing Al Santoriga for.
That's not even his real voice.
No, I know that, but it's just like, hey Al, can you tell us where you saw the?
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
Yeah, his voice probably, what are you guys doing over there? But I give the guy credit because you're talking about some strange stuff. It may be very interesting, and you prior to it really getting big, he was there, but he kept his anonymity pretty well, and I respect that for somebody that does that.
Someone told me that he was a female.
A female person. I don't know. I never had the opportunity. I've talked to him several times. Have his number, and I've been on the show several times. Bigfoot as well as a Dogman. But I just take people for what they are until there's a reason not to.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I agree with that.
Guys, listen, I gotta get off here. I got some appointments.
Jody, before you go, absolutely, that's fine. But Jody, before you go, I had one more question for you, man. Before you go, that way we can close out with you, and then we'll just hang out, me and Brian and Abe to finish the show. But I wanted to ask you real quick, man. I've always wondered because I've heard that story, and it's such a great story, detailed, and man, it like keeps you on your toes the whole time. The one where some guy in Ohio, in Youngstown, Ohio, went to a sawmill or a steel mill or something with a couple buddies that were drinking alcohol, booze, whatever, and they ran into a Dogman there. And it chased them up to the second floor, and they somehow got down and beat it across the roads and all. Do you remember that? Have you ever heard of that?
I've never heard that story. Never.
Okay.
Matt.
I don't remember the guy's name, but
Matt something. I think there were kids. There were kids or something like that.
Yeah, there were teens, or I don't know, 14, 15 or something.
Yeah. No.
And
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't listen to a whole lot of podcasts like Dogman Encounters and things like that. And things because I don't want it to influence me on what I do and stuff, because
that makes sense.
I had some bad experiences where a couple podcasts where where they just like talk about stories, dogman stories. A couple of our us, and we never got credit for it, or they went ahead and changed things around, and made it their version, but you knew it was your stuff, And there's a cryptids that has used a lot of reports from our website, and they reworded them and put them on their website.
Yeah,
and
everybody steals stuff. That's the problem.
Yeah, and stuff. So I stopped listening to a lot of these stories.
It'll drive you nuts if you listen to it, and then
because it's your stuff. You can't be an ass about it.
I mean, if you're, well, I'm not getting involved in this because there was someone that took my story, and I'm just not going to get involved in it right now. We're talking about Tommy. I don't want to go through that whole sordid details, So I'm with you, Jody. Don't listen to it and just go to bed early or watch something else.
Okay, yeah. Well, thank you, Jody. Thank you. I was just wondering what your take was on that, because being in Ohio, I was like wondering, like, have you heard about that?
I've
have you
never heard that
looked
story.
into it? No. Look it up, Jody. Look it up. It's called Dogman Encounter in Youngstown, however you say that, Ohio. Okay, and it's really good. It's really good.
There's definitely a lot of sightings in that area. I'm not disputing the story because there's a lot of activity taking place, but that particular one, I don't believe I've heard that one.
Yeah, that's one of the best dogman stories or encounters stories that I've heard.
I'll definitely look into it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, really, really creepy and really intense. That thing chased them up inside that building and chased them out, and they got away. Yeah, really, really good story. I was just wondering if it's real or not. There's people that have said that it is real. The guy said that there's people in that town that confirmed that was real.
Oh yeah. Like I said, we have stuff from Youngstown, so there's definitely something there.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, guys. You guys have a good night.
Thanks, all right, Jody. You have a good night, man. Thank you, brother.
Take care.
All right. All right. Bye-bye.
Getting to that witching hour, though, I got to jet a little bit too, and
that's fine. That's fine, Brian.
I think, Carlito and I were talking, trying to figure out a way to help out. We were talking about for Lori and the kids.
Yeah.
Like a GoFundMe, and we're still, we're working it out. It's tough. It's really, really tough. And I think we'll continue, and if we do it, we'll just we'll throw it up, and anything. We'll just keep going. We'll put a number there, and we'll keep it going, and hopefully we can just help out Lori.
To help out, yeah, exactly.
Son and daughter.
Exactly. Yeah. Absolutely. Thank you, Brian. Hey, Brian, I want to bring up that image that I had showed you earlier so we could talk about just a little bit.
That's on my OnlyFans page, is it?
No, no that one. We'll say that for another day.
Don't worry about it.
So let me bring this up, man. I know we talked about it earlier, and we just want to kind of, brainstorm it, whatever, but where's it at? It's taking long. There it is.
It is.
Okay. So, yeah, we just wanted to talk about this image, guys, really quick, and we talked to Jody behind the scenes. He actually said, what did he say, Brian, about this?
He's saying that it's a mask. It's a wall mask. I saw someone posting something where they put it into one of the AI generators to see if it's AI or fake or real, and it came back it's real. It's not a fake. It's not a fake constructed
right
image. It does have a certain quality of
fakery.
Not really fakery, but when you said like a wall thing, like you could make a really good you you can take a regular Halloween mask and just really jazz it up. And
Yeah, that's what I was getting. To me, it does not look like AI. To me, it looks more like a very well produced mask. You know what I mean?
I mean, if that's a well produced mask, I mean, one of the things I look for, the eyes,
Yeah,
the mouth.
yeah.
You know, that has to be because I looked up this after we were talking about it in a group, and you know, that image was taken at a distance, and apparently there's several other images. So we'll have to. I'm waiting for this guy to somehow get back like some of those images and stuff. But you know, I mean I look on the back of that, and towards the ear area on both sides, it looks like that's the back of the actual would-be creature. It's I don't know. I mean, like it looks very interesting. It looks pretty real to me, and and I don't know. I mean, like I'm kind of like I need a little more evidence. Some of the stuff that you see online is we're in a bad spot right now with the AI stuff because it's now getting better. Like,
yes.
Better.
Yes. Yes.
Literally, if you could just put this image in words and everything about it, there's a couple of programs, and I've played around with it. You can make this creature come alive and actually in a forest, perfect lighting and everything. And you swear it was you're looking at a werewolf.
Yeah.
But that's the problem. I think we really got to get to a point where there needs to be a global law where there needs to be some kind of artifact when AI is used.
Yes. Yes. Or label, or some type of.
You need to have an artifact so that when you run it through, they do that now with printers. Okay, so when you buy a printer or a scanner and you register it, there in the printer, in the printer ink, they have these little. Some ink have little beads in it. It's microscopic, but is a serial number, and that's the serial number, or it creates a serial number. So microscopic, you wouldn't even see it. It's like a 16th of what a period would be on a page. But all they got to do is scan that, blow it up, and they know, okay, run this number, and it runs the number that's connected to that printer. It's like registering it, and they know where it was printing from. And so they do it for counterfeit purposes as well. So they need to put something in there, an electronic watermark or something that can be picked up that you can't get out of that photo. And it doesn't have to be visible with the naked eye. That when you run it through a program, like, yeah, this is fake. That movie's fake. Because it's really good now. It's like stupidly good now.
Yeah. And, I kind of wanted to put a little bit of my intake on this. Like, to me, this is something that I've been waiting for because it doesn't look completely wolfish and it doesn't look completely humanoid, werewolf kind of. You know what I mean? Like it's a mix. It's like it's a perfect mix of both. It's got the big ears on top, like people describe it. Like a wolf or like a German Shepherd that's another thing. I'll get back to that in just a second. And the face does look kind of human-like, especially like in the eye ridge area, the palm, the cheekbones area. It does look like a human face there, but then it goes back to the snout, which is wolfish, and the ears, which is wolfish, and obviously the hair all around it. But that's kind of like the perfect blend that I would think one of these things would actually look like.
Well,
not more wolf and not more human, because the encounters, they're always like it's more wolf or it's more human, like with the bipedal legs and everything.
So so the thing that was about 20 feet from me in shadow, and we're talking about like 1 o'clock in the freaking morning. There is a light like one of those garbage pail type of lights with the top of a garbage lid and screw a light bulb in it. But it's not bright enough. This thing is in shadow from the tree, and it's dark. You can see the silhouette, and the ears were a little bit tighter up, you know. So it has certain qualities to it. But I think, you know, there's somebody here that would probably give. I think it's an interesting answer. You know, I think Goomba, you know, what Al would ask, he'd probably say something along the lines of,
I'm calling bullshit.
Yeah. Yep, that's all right. Yeah. I'm calling bullshit on that. I'm calling bullshit.
Whoever said something, it'd be like,
but I know he's full of shit.
Yeah, that's all right.
Let me tell you something. There's some of them you will see literally look like, you know, they have a snout on it, but it's sometimes a little bit more like a bearish snout.
That's what I heard. Yes,
and it has the ears, and it's you know, the nose is usually up when you see them. I've seen those up close and personal, like really up close.
Yeah.
I've seen something that looked more similar to this physique. The head, the power, the big snout. I gotta be honest. I hate this cryptid.
Yeah.
I hate it. You know, Abe had his moment. You know, he was doing the Our Father prayer. I think, you know, you're rolling the dice when you come up against one of these. Like, what kind of day did they have? You know, like before they left to go out of the pack in the campsite, did like their wife piss them off or something like that? Right. And when you come back, you're gonna clean up this mess over here. Like, I hate her. You know, I think if you get one that has a really bad day, and I think like 99% of the time they don't have good days. Yeah. You know, I've heard some stories where people supposedly put their hand in their mouth. Not gonna happen.
Right. Well, you know, I've heard that skinwalkers, like Ruthie Castro just mentioned there.
Who's that, Carlito?
That's a really good friend of ours.
Yes.
Follower, long time. I call her Cuz because she's got my last name. But yeah, she's been following us for a long time. Tom as well. Me and Tom. She started following us when it was me and Tom together, and then she followed Tom separate and me separate. So, but it's cool. We're all family. Yeah, who said that? Oh, bullshit. LOL. Yeah, that's Al. All right. But yeah, man. The thing is that I've heard skinwalkers look more like this, like kind of wolfish, but more human-like in the face. You know.
Well, okay. So
she has a good point there.
No, I understand what you're saying. So you gotta. Everybody's throwing the skinwalker name around, and it's
yeah. By the way, this picture is going viral right now, guys. That's why we brought it up. Me and Brian.
Well, yeah, and then I found the direct link to send it back to this, but I'm waiting for more stuff to come in because they got to see what they got, you know, see what the shadow is like and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Skinwalkers are no joke. They can be in other areas. They're primarily in typical indigenous tribal areas and with a specific tribe, although some of them have some other tribes have a little bit of a version of it.
Hey, real quick, do you think that's why they say and they mention burial grounds? That's why they see Dogman, which maybe they're really skinwalkers? What do you think about that?
Well, you know about the skinwalker, the supposed skinwalker on the bus coming from British Columbia. Canada.
No.
Okay, well,
no.
Greyhound bus or trail, whatever it was. I don't know. Trailways, one of those bus movers. Canada, and I was listening to this as it was going down, by the way. It was live, and a video of it. There was a guy that gets on the bus, native and features, has a certain look about him. Up in Canada, and they're going from point A to point B, and everybody said he smelled like rotten flesh. He smelled terrible. And he gets on the bus, and he goes to the back or wherever he was, and he's sitting next to somebody who's kind of like, sleeping. And in the middle of the bus ride, he cut the guy's head off and went nuts. He went absolutely batshit crazy.
Oh,
It was
wow.
eating the head, and there were other people on there. They said this guy's a skinwalker because he's doing,
Mhm.
he's got to feed, and to get to that skinwalker stage, you have to do some pretty horrific things
Yeah.
with dead and family. It's not a good thing, So
Yeah.
could it be because the burial grounds? Don't know about that, but this guy literally was up for parole a year ago. By the way, up in Canada. Oh, he's been rehabilitated. Don't throw the guy out. I think people throw Skinwalker in way too much. I think people are throwing. Although I got a guy down here. He has 26,000 acres just north of me in Okeechobee. And he goes, check out this trail camera picture my thing sent me. And there were about 4 to 6 what looks like what the hell they call rakes on his property.
Oh, wow.
So I'm going up there, but thank God he owns a gun store, so we're gonna have some pretty heavy duty stuff to bring with us. But I definitely want to go see where it was, see if there's footprints and whatever. I saw the photo. He's not into this stuff. He goes, dude, you're gonna love this. And went, where? I'm like, I want a copy of that.
Yeah.
But I think we're at a point in and especially this month, folks. The veil gets thinner. Get towards that pagan holidays and whatever. And they're like Abe was talking about, there is a war between good and evil. We're seeing it right now, and we're in.
Yep.
Be careful. I don't want to get political on the voting side because there's a lot of threats out there, and so anything can happen. But I think if you take God in your heart, and you can be spiritual. You don't have to necessarily pray to, a deity. I believe in God. God is God. A lot of people believe, I separate the two between God and Jesus personally. But some people go straight to Jesus. He's great. Whatever it is, take it into your heart, live that life, live by that kind of, good life. And you'll always be protected,
Right.
And that's what, I'm going to circle back for a second.
Right.
There's so many worst parts of what took place when I got that news, just like you.
Yeah.
That I should have called him. I wanted to call him. I was thinking about calling. I literally was having HVAC issue. I'm actually give Tom a call.
Wow.
And I didn't.
And you regretted it.
Oh, I regret it. Oh, yeah, I regret not calling when I was coming down from New York down to Florida and going through the storm. Say hi. I mean, I'm like right there. I'm right, I'm going down 95. Yeah, I regret it. I regret it a lot. I've had a lot of really close friends, like brothers, pass away early.
Yeah.
And one didn't, one left his, brother, sister, mother, and it's still tough on everybody. But I know of people that lost, they've lost children. My daughter was in school this week, and there was a medical emergency, and these two girls were fighting, and everybody, went to go see the fight, and this one kid that's kind of meek got caught underneath, and they the story she told me is they broke this kid's, they stepped on his head, his body, they stepped on him, and they may have broken his neck and his leg, and they had to use the defib, and they had to shock him 3 times. If they did it a 4th time, he would have been dead. I mean, like, you wake up in the morning, you get kids, grandkids, niece, nephew, somebody, and give them a hug and a kiss, because that may be the last time you you know, you do it. You know, don't wait. Yeah, we all get mad and whatever, and I get it. Just mean it. You know, when I like if I say to you, I love you guys, you know, I
Right.
mean it. You know,
Right.
and because that's that one trip. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go to the racetrack.
Store, yeah, whatever. Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you
It's
know.
it's uh it's a sad and terrible thing when you really
I
sit
mean,
there and think about it, man. It's it could drive you crazy.
it's
So,
one of those things where you're like, couldn't you just put him in a coma for a while? You know,
yeah.
and and we used to talk about this all the time because see, Tom has a son and a daughter, Tom and Lori, and the daughter is older and just growing up. These kids they need both.
Yeah, they need both
You
their
know,
mom and dad. Yeah.
and especially young girls right now that are very impressionable without whatever. And I used to joke around with them because I have the same thing. I have one that's turning 17. I can't even believe it's been that long. You know, I remember holding her like in my arm, whatever. Another
Yeah.
one was turning 13, and our kids are roughly around the same age. I feel terrible. You know, I wish I could do something, but you can't. This is part of life. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
these are the paths we have to travel. It's the thing they lock people up for. It's a
Yeah.
couple of years. Get God in your life. And
Hey, yeah, absolutely. Hey, I just
right?
wanted to say just a few words about this image before I take it off, so I can go ahead and finish that off. To me, that looks like what one dog man would really look like to me. That's just my opinion. You know, a lot of people say that they look more wolfish, more German Shepherd-ish, whatever, or more humanish. I think this is a perfect blend to one that would look like a real one to me. So in my eyes, in my mind, this looks real to me. But like you said, AI is a hell of a new thing, and AI is coming in to mess up a lot of things. I mean, people already were faking things, images, sounds, whatever, and then now AI makes it way worse. Yeah.
I sent you a picture, Carlito, of
Yeah.
the path that Elms grow through
Yeah.
Messenger. It's
Yeah.
an old picture, from that I took a long time ago, but you can see the silhouette and everything there, and it's pretty tall. But it's just one of the entities that appeared there at that path. But I sent you a picture of it, so you can see what a camera from I guess 2004, 2005, 2006 because it's an old picture that I have
Okay.
compared to the AI stuff. But yeah, there's a lot of AI, man. That's
Yeah, messing it up.
it's
Messing it up.
messing. Whether it's they're taking pictures of mermaids or you seen the creepy ones where they go look at the doorbell and they're standing there, stuff
Yeah.
like that.
It's gonna come to a point where if a real freaking thing comes out and they have a picture or a video, we're not gonna believe it anymore. Thanks to
Right.
AI.
You seen the Danny DeVito commercials where he's dressed up as different things?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's AI,
AI still has a problem with mouth, the internal of a mouth.
Yeah.
You'll get like, that'll be the image. There'll be like 7 fingers on. They can't do certain things. They're getting better at it. It kind of can't do it. And because what it's doing is it's taking things that are similar in its database that look kind of like it and pulling certain elements out of it. And sometimes it could be like 2 hands crisscrossing, and you're going to get that extra digits, and that's why you're getting it.
Yeah.
There's no intelligence in artificial intelligence. It's pre-programmed crap. And the problem with it is way too many people are becoming dependent upon it.
Yeah.
And it's really dangerous because with AI, it's either black or white. But this world is filled with a lot of gray. There's moral choices you have to make. Like if sometimes some of these people that are presidents
Right.
They have an opportunity right now to kill X, Y. Sorry, I don't want to say that.
Mm-hmm.
To take out X, Y, and Z. And if
Right.
they do it, it's gonna, it's gonna unalive, 50,000 people. But in the process, it's gonna save millions.
Right.
But it's still gonna, it's a big decision you have to make. AI doesn't make that decision. AI is programmed. They're using it right now in the Middle East, and it's programmed. These are the targets. Wherever they are, we want them gone, and that's what it does. Doesn't matter if there's kids there, children, nuclear waste. They don't care. Boom, 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 boom. Scary.
It is very scary. AI is very scary, especially the robots, because eventually they're going to think on their own, just like in the movie Terminator, Skynet, all that. And they're just going to probably just want to do away with us, when they don't need us.
Well,
but
probably.
Hey, I just wanted to really quick, guys. I know before everybody goes, I just wanted to read out a little paragraph that Nana, Oklahoma Nana, Laura Greenlee, she read out. She wrote for Tom. Just want to read that out real quick, man. It says, Tom was an amazing friend. We met through Sasquatch Chronicles during the drama days. I remember that. And him, Kenny White, and I all left the group together, just shaking our heads and laughing. When Tom got with Carlito, it was a good match. Two guys sharing experiences and hosting interviews. Yeah, it was great, man. We, 4 to 5 people, have always stayed close and supported each other 100%. Tom also shared dear friends, Brian Bowden being one of them, a dear I hold close to in my heart, and the Godfather, Al Santoriga. Tom made it easy to like and respect him. I took pride being a moderator for him and Lori. Even on my crazy days, Tom accepted me, LOL. I will truly miss him. Oh, sorry, that was the ending comment. She said, I will truly miss him. So, yeah. Thank you, Laura.
Amen to that, Laura.
Amen to that, man. And, just wanted to say that, not in the show without saying it, because I know she'll kill me, so.
Yes, she will. She'll hunt you down. And she will unalive you. She'll whip up something to eat.
She'll send her Cherokee ancestors with the tomahawk in my dreams to
I'll tell you,
finish me off.
On a sidebar note, a sweetheart as Oklahoma Nana is, Laura. I think she used to post some stuff, and I hope she does some more. She made this custom bag, and she provided for me like some stone. I mean, it was just amazing. Different types of stones in it, and I love it. I mean, I don't. It's really built very, very well. She does all the stuff, hand products.
Oh yeah.
You want to get a unique gift for the holidays for somebody.
That's right. Yes, sorry, I forgot about that. She does a lot of.
She's got some good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. When she stopped being Nana to the ones that she loves. So, but she has some good stuff. So check out her page, and hook up with her because she's great. And it's beautiful stuff.
Yeah.
So when I start Third Eye Live Up, I just got to get a new platform to do it on because StreamYard is just killing everybody. I definitely want, I'm all about promoting people. It's all about, check those guys out, check that out, buy from here, and I definitely want to promote some of this. I want to try to do something where we give away something once a month, some product, something. I have like 15 pounds of selenite. So, I mean, I could bring out little chunks and if you first person send in a message to me, whatever, I'm going to send you a piece.
I got selenite right here, brother.
Yeah, there you go. So that's what, I would love to be able to commission something from Laura, and then, it's great. It's the smallest fish in the world.
The smallest fish in the world. That's the one we were talking about. And he was still smiling.
Yeah. And, give her some love, and then have her send it to whoever the winner is.
Yes.
So
Yes.
this has
You
always
kept your
been
jaws, man.
yeah,
It's bigger than than Jaws.
Yeah.
You kept your jaws.
it is. But this is what it was like with it's like and Carlito and Abe and Jody and
Yeah.
Steve and Nana and whatever. I know Ruthie. I know who she is, and I was
Yeah.
just joking. I but it's always been a family. Everybody's good. I think Marvin came in.
Yeah, he came in for a little bit. Yeah.
And it's always been a family. Always been some really good people. I never, there's some people I've never personally talked to, like literally talked to. Some people I have, and they're wonderful. And let's just keep that vibe going and let's figure out a way to help out that beautiful family. Always bring and keep that spirit of Tom with them, the protection, and just help them out somehow.
Yeah, we got to get together on how we're gonna do that, Brian. I know we were talking about it earlier, and just kind of share it within our groups,
Right.
and have some, have people, join in and help out whatever they can. I mean,
Yeah, if they
whatever.
can. I mean, anything. $1,
anything.
$5,
$5. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
We're just going to try to do. Just get.
Mm-hmm.
It's the least we can do at this point.
Right. Right. Yeah.
And I just, and I'm going to say, I hope that the Lord just watches over them and protects them and, helps them to heal.
To heal. Exactly. Yeah, that's exactly right. We wish you, Lori, and the kids, we wish you the best, and we wish you speedy recovery, spiritually and, mentally. We wish you the best. I do want to say that I did not make this show tonight for any type of views or clout or anything. I made it out of love for my brother, Thomas Cardos. I just want you to know that, Lori, and everybody else watching. I don't care if I don't get 2 freaking likes. I don't give a damn. I did this for Tommy, and that's the only reason I did it. Showing him love, because I don't know, maybe a lot of people just kind of hate, that
Right.
that somebody, beats him to the punch, or had a better understanding or better friendship with Tom, or whatever the case may be. I really don't care. I did it because I was a really good friend with Tommy, and we were like brothers, and and Brian can back me up on this.
Oh yeah.
So because we've had a close chat for years now. I'm talking about years, not many years. Like I'm saying, like maybe going on 4 years, Brian, something like that. 5
More. Yeah, about that time.
About that.
About 4 years.
Yeah.
Something around that, maybe a little bit more. But it's just, and it's great because everybody's from around the globe there, although we got some Texas boys there, a lot more. The Stars at Night are big and bright in Texas, but we got our California brethren, and we got New York, now Florida. We've got a whole bunch of people from all over, and we're just, and Tommy, North Carolina and via New Jersey.
Yeah. Because he's originally from New Jersey, right?
Yeah, he is.
And then he lived in North Carolina, yeah. And shout out to also, guys, I would like to make a shout out to his group that's still up and running, and that I'm still a part of, and that I'm still a moderator there. It's called North Carolina Cryptid and Paranormal Project, NCCPP or something like that.
Yep.
And it's still up. I've checked on it. There's people there's still been going. Oh, check this out. When Tommy was young, man, that is crazy. That right there, look, he was young as hell. He looked like I told him he looked like Joe Rogan, and who else did I tell him he looked like? Oh, Joey from Friends. I used to kid with him a lot. Forget about it. And I used to, what I used to say to him, What did Joey used to say from what was one of his lines?
I can't remember, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, one of his most famous lines. Oh man, it was like he was talking to a girl all the time when he said, "How you doing?" Yeah, there you go. How you doing? He used to laugh his ass off when I tell him he was Joey. But yeah, I'm gonna leave that one for the last picture there, guys. Yeah, man. Love you, Tommy. Like I said on my little video that I made for you in my truck. Love you, Tommy, and you know, we're still gonna be here talking about you for a very long time, Tommy. I guess maybe till we decide to stop the cryptid and paranormal research, right? I mean, damn, Brian and Al's got like what, 30 years, Brian?
I got a lot more than that.
A lot more than that? Yeah.
Yeah, you know, it'll never. Right now, he knows all the answers.
Yeah, he knows we're here from the heart, you know. And whoever couldn't be here, like Al, you know, is for a good reason, you know. Another good brother, Shane. Shane. Damn it, what's his last name? I can't remember.
Crisp. Shane
Michael. There you go. Shane Michael Crisp.
Or Officer Shane.
There you go. Yeah, he's doing the training for becoming a police officer, right? Yeah.
So we gotta hide our weed during the chat.
We gotta hide our weed now from now on. Sage, Abe, hide your sage, man.
Hide your sage, man.
Yeah, but yeah, man, he couldn't be here tonight either. I couldn't contact him at all, so I don't know what he's going through. I'm pretty sure he's got a good reason. But yeah, because I wanted Shane to be here tonight and Al, but you know they had their reasons that they couldn't. So, but it's all good. You know, we made a pretty good, decent presentation tonight, and you know, and said our words for Tom. You know what we feel about him. So,
his spirit was here, man, listening.
Yeah,
I could sense his spirit at the beginning of the show.
Really?
His all my hairs were standing up, but in a good way.
Yeah.
I believe his spirit was here tuning in.
Oh wow, man, that's cool, dude. See, I knew it was. I could feel it too, but I didn't feel the tingle in my hairs. But yeah,
you know, a lot of times, see the family photos of son and daughter. You know, it takes two to make those.
Yeah,
and there's a huge piece of Tom in both his kids.
Yeah,
and so, you know, don't just walk away. If you're friendly with Laura, and you know, be there. I mean, it's going to be tough, but you know, just be there, and you'll see a lot of Tommy and his daughter and his son throughout the years.
Yeah, there. Look, do you see that comment, real quick?
Yeah,
from Steve Riley. And speaking of that, I have one. Hold on 1 second. Here it is. Nope, that's not it. Nope, that's not it. Damn it. I know I had one. Him and his mom.
Yeah, that's when he was really, really young.
Damn it, where'd it go?
Keep going. You're gonna go. It's
no.
Keep going.
No, that's the last one, I believe. Yeah. Where's the one with his mom, dude? There it is, right here. The young one.
Yeah.
That's him and his mom. So, like, that comment said, yeah, they're together now, man.
Yeah, well, that normally happens when, depends on the situation, but normally you're greeted. There's someone or something you know that will bring you and cross you over into the other side, because it gets a little bit. There's a gray area there.
Yeah,
and
somebody has to help you, right?
Yeah, it helps you through and get you to the right place to discuss what's going on with your world. That prevents people from, you know, becoming ghosts, you know, or getting stuck in the ether.
Right. Get stuck in between. Yeah.
You know, when Jody was talking about a year prior, his daughter saying she's the angels, that's a precursor. A lot of people, if you were to look back and go, wow, I remember, because I saw my mom the other day, and and then the next thing you know, something happens. You know, um, I didn't expect this at all. I'm close to a couple of people, and I knew their family members were going to die. My friend's mother was
Well, I
probably about
mean,
a month beforehand. No, I knew what was happening.
okay.
This is
Oh,
we're
okay.
involved in all this stuff,
Right.
and this is what happens.
That's
But
right. I forgot. Yeah.
yeah, so you know, maybe he knew, maybe he didn't, but I know that no pain. He's he's taking the Lord into his heart, soul, and everything he did.
Yeah.
And it's not like he left, well, like angry and fighting with somebody.
Right.
There's a lot of love there.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying before. If you have love there, get that hug, get it in. No,
Yeah.
no, stop. Put the phone down. Give me a hug. Be a pain in the ass parent.
Yeah. And you know what, too? What I would like to, recommend people to do, like if you have an old lady or grandma or an old mom, go see her as much as you can, because if you don't, and then she, all of a sudden, boom, leaves, you're going to regret it for the rest of your life. You're going to be like, damn, why didn't I go see her more? Why didn't I go see, whoever, because it's like, how, like when somebody dies, everybody comes and everybody, but what about when I'm alive? Nobody comes see me, kind of thing. That's why I think we should be more mindful of that, Go see our dying, grandma, or go see our dying mother, with cancer, whatever, whatever the case may be. Go see them, man. I mean, why do you have to wait till they die till you go, oh man, I should have been there for you. I should have came and see you more. Do it right now when they're alive. I've heard many people, especially like in Facebook and stuff. I don't want nobody coming to see me because when I was alive, nobody came to see me. So I don't want you coming to my funeral. Kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
I'm just gonna at my funeral. I just want somebody there to take the bouquet that's on top of it, my coffin, and throw it into the audience to see who's next. Other than that, I try to reach out to people. They don't want to talk.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah, I know life gets in the way, but you know what? After a while,
you
can extend your hand.
Yeah.
Just so far before you're like, you know what? No one's taking it. See ya.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that is true. I mean, you can reach out to people, if they never have time, and then you got to know when to quit. You got to know when to stop. Say, you know what, that's enough. Yeah.
I do things for people. I don't ask for anything in return. I just do it. This is my nature. It's what I do. Tom is one of those guys that I'm sure did something very similar when he started. He started. I see a lot of Laurie's posts, and it's great. And it still hurts, and I know that she and the kids are really, really hurting, So, but you're on mute right now.
Oh shit! Sorry about that.
That's no problem.
Yeah. I said, yeah, I know it hurts. I see those posts with Lori too, and I'm like, man, dude, it still hurts, and it still hurts me because she puts,
That's part of the healing process.
Though. Yeah.
Yeah,
that is true.
Yeah. But we're gonna get to a point where never going to be the same though.
No.
You can have a clone, but you don't want that.
Yeah. Yeah, you get to a point where it doesn't hurt so much, but it just never goes away. You know what I mean?
It's never going to be the same person.
Yeah, never going to be the same.
So, I unfortunately have to run.
Okay. No,
I love everybody that's there. I can't thank you enough, Carlito.
Yes, sir.
We talked about this. You got it done. A pleasure.
Yes, sir. We got it done, man.
I wish everybody else would, could have or would have showed up.
Yeah.
And I'm not, whatever. It is what it is. People deal with things their own way.
Yeah.
I don't want to quote Bill and Ted's Adventure. Excellent adventure. Be excellent to each other.
Be excellent. Yeah.
Try to do something nice every day, or
Yeah.
forward,
Try to do something nice for
and
someone
not
every day.
just like, I got you this. If you're in the line and someone wants a coffee, here you go, I got it.
Right.
Let's do
Right.
something.
Right.
All you got to do is actually, I've been doing this for years, and my youngest does it also. Just when someone thanks you, you go to the supermarket and they have a name like, Charlotte, can't thank you enough. You have a blessed day. Yeah, you're going to get people that get, well, I'm not religious. Well, you still have a blessed day, but a lot of people will appreciate it.
Mhm.
And God bless to everybody. And we'll talk about, I guess Carlito will post. We'll talk
about the help.
Friday
Yeah.
or something.
Absolutely. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you for coming out tonight, man. Thank you, Brian. Love you too, brother. You be careful, man.
I'm gonna try.
All right, brother. All right, man. I'll see you later, man. Good night, man. Yeah, man. Oh, man. I thank both Jody and Brian that have left now. Thank them for coming in tonight and and helping us out with this memorial for Tom, man. I think every point that they made was very helpful for everyone, including myself, and I'm hoping you too, babe. And also I wanted to thank you too, Abe, for coming in, man. I know it was a last minute kind of thing, but I talked to you yesterday, and you
I had seen the post, and I was supposed to do a live with his other. I was to do a podcast today.
Oh, with another, yeah.
Yeah, so I postponed it.
You postponed
it?
it?
I'll do it another day so I can come on. Show my respects to Thomas.
Thank you, Abe. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, because I know you do like a live show almost every day or every other day.
A live podcast with some guy on YouTube today from another
channel.
Country.
Oh, another country.
The other from the UK or something. And
okay.
I just told him that we can do it because I think it's 6 hours difference.
Yeah.
So I told him that we can do it this coming Friday. So it'll be like 4 in the afternoon here when it's 10 o'clock over there
at night. Yeah.
So
okay,
okay, we can do that.
Well, that's
awesome. I wanted to come here and
thank you, man.
Just talk about it, man.
Yeah.
Just for the wife and for his wife and his children.
Yeah.
At least they have the memory of him.
Yeah.
They have actually videos, pictures that they can remember him by.
Yeah.
The only thing I have of memory of my mother when I lost her in '85 to domestic violence is just a little picture, man. That's it. Like 2 or 3 pictures of her because we didn't really take that many pictures. We didn't have a family album at that time. We really didn't have no camcorders or nothing. So the only thing I have is just what's here of her and what's in here. But at least that they're blessed to have videos and things to memorize about, that they can play a video whenever they want to hear his voice, and that they're going to be able to see him in video, even though he might not be in the here in the flesh. He's always going to be amongst in spirit. So I would suggest, this is what I do. I've been doing it for 39 years. Is honoring my mother on the day that I lost her.
On her,
on that day, I honor my mother.
Yeah, her heavenly birthday.
Since I was 15, I've been honoring my mother 39 years.
Yeah.
I was honoring when we didn't have the technology. I was doing it on that day. I will honor her. So we start having the technology. I started putting it on Facebook, on platforms that I could honor her. And there's some people, man. There's some crazy people that don't understand what you honor. We're supposed to honor those before us, and there's some people that say some nice comment, and some people who try to come in a negative way. But I just ignore those people, and I'll still continue to honor my mother. That's what we're supposed to do. Is honor them
in life and death. Yeah, we're supposed to honor our parents.
I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for my mother. Just like a lot of people wouldn't be here for the love, wasn't the loss. But I can relate to that because my sister, her husband died in a wreck, in a car wreck, and all my nephews and nieces were small, man. The youngest was like 5 years old, and then my other, they were like 10, 11. They were young,
Mm-hmm.
so they lost their father at a young age too. So I can feel I know that pain and suffering, and and you're like, how are they gonna do it? Because they have to have some guidance. I had to step up to some people, like they were trying to come after my nephew because the father figure wasn't there.
Oh
So I
yeah.
had to go step up and go handle business,
Yeah.
to the people that are coming against my nephew when he was a teenager in a negative way, and show him that he wasn't alone.
Right.
And those individuals backed up. But yes, I could understand all that.
Mm-hmm.
I would suggest always maintain a love foundation, continue to love one another. Don't say nothing negative. Continue with your love foundation. And I know he's around you all in spirit, and and saying that, the heavenly
Yeah.
angels are with you, the heavenly father's with you, and everything is going to fall in place accordingly, through a
Hey,
love foundation.
hey, Abe. I've heard. I don't know if it's true. I want to ask you. What do you think? Is it true that if you fight all the time in your house, you bring in like negative entities? Is that
Yes,
true? Yeah,
it's a spiritual opening, brother.
like demonic
Any
entities and shit.
any anger or hatred, that's what it's called. They like division, people to be divided,
Mm-hmm.
division.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I try to tell people, I try to do my own thing. Carlito, I never try
Mm-hmm.
to bother nobody, but there's always
Right.
people coming up against me in a negative way with fake profiles and all this. And
Yeah.
I try not to say nothing to nobody, but at the same time, enough is enough. So when I do say something, people try to flip the script, like they're the victims, even though they're the ones that are targeting me. But yes, that's
Yeah.
why I don't like to argue with nobody, and I forgive people daily. Even those people that come me in a negative way, I forgive them because I know that it's a spiritual opening
Mm-hmm.
to have anger and hatred.
Yeah. But you
But
know
who
what?
who
You know
who,
what too?
who hasn't said something negative to somebody out of defense? Who
Right.
hasn't? Right?
Right.
If
Everybody.
somebody's
Yeah.
coming at you a negative way,
Out of
because we're
another.
human,
Out of
we're
nothing.
not perfect.
Right.
That we might say something in a negative way, and they'll grab that one negative thing that you said to them, in spite of said a lot of negative things to you, and try to flip it to make you look like a bad person.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And that's what people do. And
Yeah.
that's you can't help. That's why I try to not to say nothing too bad
Right.
about anybody, and I just try to focus on what I'm trying to do,
But,
which is trying to help other people
you know
spiritually.
what I've seen a lot of videos too though, Abe, um, on YouTube about people who have like good hearts and they're attacked all the time. I kind of researched up on that, right? And it's because when you're good or kind-hearted and you have like a good light, positive light to
Yeah,
you, you're actually irritating the people with the bad light, the bad spirits or bad vibes. You're actually irritating them. So basically, in small terms, your goodness irritates their badness. See what I'm saying? And they
yeah.
come
It
attack you,
triggers
and they
people
come
that are
attack you.
being bonded. They're being
Yeah.
bonded, and they come at me in a different manner. That's
Hmm.
been the story of my life.
They can't stand to
I've,
see you
I've,
happy and loving. They can't stand it.
yeah, that's the story of my life. I'll give you an example. Last night I went out. I'm out there, and there was this lady that can barely walk, and she said she's having problems walking. She's dressed all in black. I like to dress in black. I've always liked the color black. And,
Hmm.
that's how we were dressed, because black does make you look thinner a little bit, or a lot,
Yeah.
should I say?
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
When you get over
when
40,
I
you
go
learn
out,
to
I'm out
love
there, and
black color.
there was this lady that she could barely walk. She said she was feeling a lot of pain, and she comes up to me and she asked me a question. She asked me, "How is your son?" And I said, "Oh, my son's doing great. He's doing fine." And she just looks at me. Then towards the end of the night, she comes and she touches my shoulder areas and my neck area, and she says, "I'm taking the kukuya away from you."
Oh
And
shoot.
she touches my neck area, and which I was having pain and stuff. She touches my neck and my shoulders, and she goes sits down. And then when I was driving back, we were driving back home. I wasn't feeling no pain on my neck area or neck area. It's kind of like she could see something. But I just prayed, you know, type on rebuking the negative energies, whether she was doing good or bad.
Hmm.
I mean, she did say, she said, I'm taking the kukui away from you, taking the kukui with me.
Right.
And she touched the areas where I was hurting. So I don't know if she could see something spiritually or what
Maybe
the deal was, but
maybe a
yeah,
negative attachment. I've heard of that. I've heard of that too. Negative attachments that
that
make
happens to me,
you
man.
sick and
That
feel yeah.
it happened last night. That's what I was trying to. That's why I'm here because I'm trying to tell people you have to. For those that are investigating and do this work, you have to be careful, man.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, when you go out there and investigate, make sure you're spiritual prepared. Pray
Yes.
before, during, and after, because
Yes.
there is negative attachments. The balance is very real. There's good and there's bad that's unseen, right?
Yeah.
Angels and demons. And then, of course, within humanity, there's people that have a good spirit, and then there's people that are dwelling the negativity. So you know who they are because Heavenly Father warns you. Your senses go off, and they know who you are because the things that got them bonded get them to come up like. Well, actually, they have control of them, so they come up against you. So it becomes a spiritual battle.
Hmm.
But there's a lot of that happening right now.
Yes.
Besides AI.
Besides the AI,
And,
yeah.
and and to me, it's just a story. It happens to me all the time. Doesn't matter where I'm at. Then my wife tells me, she looks at me and she's like, "You're not lying to me when you tell me certain things happen to you, right?" I said, "Why you say that?" She said, "Well, look what's happening right now." She was there when this guy came up to me, and the guy is telling me, "Feed me, feed me." That's why the guy is telling me, in front of my wife.
Yeah.
He's telling me to feed him. So I said, I said, "I'll pray for you." So I start praying. Then he just takes off.
Oh, you didn't like
And
that.
she's like,
You
she
didn't like
started,
that.
she started witnessing that. She starts seeing that they do come to me. I say, yeah, because he's going to use people that might have a spiritual opening to come up, to use them to come up against you.
Yeah.
But it's not the person. It's just that they have openings. Maybe sometimes it's not the person that's evil. Just have openings that they're used to come up against you because that's what this unclean spirits do.
Hmm.
If they can't, they have full control of the individual, so they try to transfer some of them to other people. You know, so
Right.
but I don't accept it, and if I can, I'll tie bind and rebuke him, Jesus Christ name, and set that person free from the bondage. But there is some people that dwell in that, man. I mean, how many people do you know, Brother Carlito, that have like 100 profile accounts?
Oh yeah. I've seen. That's crazy. I can't even keep up
Well,
with
not
two,
just
man.
when we talk about AI, there's people
Yeah.
that are creating AI to look
Yeah.
realistic.
Yeah.
If a person has like 100 troll accounts, right, and then they have people with them that have 50 or 100 troll accounts themselves,
Yeah.
what does that
Imagine.
remind you of?
Yeah.
The Legion, right?
Yeah.
The Legion comes in many.
Many. Yeah.
So if each account has each personality, how many unclean spirits does this person really have
Yeah.
to give life to each troll account?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Like a form of possession, right? Like
Yeah.
they're being controlled. So these demons are trying to find their own vessels that they're creating their own little profiles just to give it some kind of power, of some sort of some kind of like their own little personality. So the person that's doing this is all jacked up here. They're confused
Yeah.
because they're being controlled by an unseen force.
Right.
I mean, the only way they can free themselves from that is by truly believing uh, in Jesus Christ, placing them first, repent for their sins, and His gospel forgiveness. That's the only way they can free themselves from it. Besides that, I can pray for somebody, but if the person continues on that path to having the 100 profiles, they're basically letting them back in. You know,
Hmm.
letting those. That's when you pray for somebody, you free them. If the person goes back to the sin or to the spiritual openings, the things that you freed them from are going to come right back into that vessel.
Yes.
because they're not changing their ways.
Yes. Yes. If they change, they have to change for good. They can't go back to doing what they were doing,
Because if they
because
go
then they'll
back to what
open up
they were
the
doing, they're gonna get spiritually attacked
attack.
again
Yes, they're gonna open up. Yeah.
and have more than before.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That is true.
If you think, but it's got to really
Yeah.
be a personal change. I've had people that were my friends, and then all of a sudden they're not my friends because there's a certain people said that I said this, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
affiliated with certain people, and to me it's
Mm-hmm.
like don't judge me from what those people
Yeah.
are saying.
Judge
Uh,
me for just me.
judge me
Exactly.
for me, and
Yeah.
if you don't know the whole story,
That
don't
same
get
thing.
just part of a little story.
Yeah, and just run
And
with it. No,
they run with the part of a story when you don't see the whole
the
story.
whole
Who started
story. Right.
of
Yeah,
me
exactly.
being targeted? You know.
Yeah, I'm the same way. What you know what that what you just mentioned about people going by what other people say or whatever, that's like a pack mentality, bro. You know what I'm saying? They're
Yeah.
not leaders. They're followers. They're pack. You know, like sheep, pack of sheep. That's what a pack is. That's what pack mentality is, when they hear something from somebody that they like or admire or whatever, and they just go with their side. That's it. They don't go to that person and investigate for themselves. Hey, did you do this? They're saying you did it. Did you do this for real? Or is it just made up? Or what's going on? You know what I mean? That's a leader. A leader goes in and investigates himself. You know what I'm saying?
And they don't see all the other
He
things,
doesn't just
man.
listen to whatever somebody else says. Yeah.
They don't see all the things that the person has done for you for about 3 years,
Yeah. Yeah.
four
Yeah.
years.
That's another one.
But the person says one little thing, it's like, who the hell? To me, is like, okay, well, go ahead, stick with them. You want to believe one little thing that somebody says for a couple of seconds, but they don't see
Yeah.
the whole. It's like ordering a plate of enchiladas.
Uh huh.
You want to eat like one rice. This is real good though. The enchiladas are good, but you haven't even tasted the enchiladas. You know,
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm saying,
that's how I
man.
see it as. Instead
Yeah.
of looking at the whole deal.
Yeah.
But to me, it's like I don't. To me, if people are my friends, they're my friends because they know who I am. They know the works that I do. I'm not trying to be better than anybody else or anything like that. If I've ever said anything bad about somebody, it's because they came up against me in a negative way.
Yeah.
But that's why we have to maintain the Heavenly Love Foundation.
Yes.
And I know Brother Thomas. I know he's here in spirit. He would probably would say the same
Oh
thing
yeah.
too,
He would agree
because
with you and me right now
the
when
Heavenly
we're
Love
talking.
Foundation right now, brother.
Yep.
That's what's got him connected to his family. Is going to continue to keep it connected to his family spiritually,
Hmm.
because I knew that he loved. You can see it in the pictures that the love of the family right there, man. It was nothing but love. So
Nothing but love. Yeah.
I know his spirit is going to be like a guardian angel now.
Oh
He's
yeah.
going to be visiting them all the time.
Sure is. Yep. He loved his family and he was very protective of them. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, man. So I know he's still gonna be here, in spirit and in love for them, for us as a friend. We're gonna be talking about Tommy for a long time. You remember when Tom used to do this? Remember when Tom said that? Remember when Tom interviewed? What was it? They said it earlier. The Dracula guy. What's his name?
Yeah,
Vlad the Impaler.
yeah.
He interviewed one of his like great grandsons, dude. That's crazy, right? Like, he's from that line of from the Vlad the
Bill the
Dracula, yeah,
Dracula.
from Transylvania.
I've seen some things like that when I was in Germany. That I believe there is Nosferatu that are amongst us, or a
Yeah,
bloodline of them.
a bloodline, yeah,
Whether they're Nosferatu or not, there is. That's why you got generational curses. Generations, the next of kin continues to live.
right,
But the things can follow. Just
yeah,
put it this way: I was in Germany, and I'm going to the bar. I open up the door, and it's nothing but drunk people. I close the door. And when I turn around, there's a man with a long coat and a hat, and he's got an umbrella. And he's looking at me. I'm looking at him, and I'm fixing to walk away from him. And I said, "Excuse me, sir," because he was right behind me. And then he tells me that he knew who I was. And he's got talking to me in a different accent from over there. I said, sir, I never met you before in my life. Then he said, I know who your grandmother and grandfather are. So I'm looking at the man and I said, okay, what's their names? He said their full and middle names. And
What?
he's got an accent from over there.
Uh huh.
And I'm in a foreign country in Germany, and this guy's talking with a different accent. And I said, okay, so what's my name? He said my name. Then he said all my brother and sister's names and my father and mother's name.
What?
So I asked him one more question. I asked him, where am I from? He said, Texas. And he said, Rio Grande Valley. He said the name of my hometown.
What?
So I'm looking at the guy and he's looking at me. And in my mind, I said, well, yeah, he knows my bloodline.
Mm-hmm.
I said, you have a nice evening, sir. I turned around and walked away from him.
Yeah.
I didn't want to know what he was. I didn't know who he was, what he was, whether he was demonic or
Uh-huh.
whether he was
Or
angelic
vampire
or
or
he was a
something.
Nosferatu.
Yeah.
You see, one thing about our hometown is there was a labor camp where during the war, where they were getting POWs from over there and having them as prisoners in this camp called labor camp. So, what was it dealing with? If we knew my grandmother, my grandfather was born in the 1800s and my grandmother was born like in 1915.
Mm-hmm.
So, what was it? Was it a Nosferatu or was it possibly a lycanthrope? And one of the two.
Mm.
Can leave out the lycanthrope, but I would say vampiro,
Mm-hmm.
Nosferatu, possibly.
Mm-hmm.
He knew everybody in my family, man. How?
Yeah.
But I've never seen this man in my life. It happened to me in Erlangen, Germany.
Hey,
That's what I say.
you don't think it could have been like a Grim Reaper, bro? Because they say Grim Reapers know everybody when they come and get you. What?
Well, I see the face and everything of a person. You know,
Yeah.
he was talking with
Oh,
I don't know
yeah.
if the accent was German or if the accent was
Romanian.
Romanian. Yeah, I'm thinking it was in German because Germans talk a certain way. To me, it sounded like Romanian, like
Yeah.
the different accent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But when he said that he knew my grandfather and my grandmother, it's like, what? That freaked me out, you know?
Yeah. They're kind of
And,
similar, but not exactly. You know what I mean?
and what really freaked me out is because my grandfather and my grandmother, they had already passed away in the 80s. So how
Mm-hmm.
could they know how, and the way he looked, I was 19. He must have looked like he was in his 40s. So it's possible he might have known them. I don't know. But how is the question.
Right.
And I didn't want to find out. My spiritual instincts told me that maybe I wasn't going to be able to handle that challenge or whatever it was. And I didn't want to know.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't, at that time frame, there was no technology like Google something or nothing like that. He just talked to me straight up. There was no Facebook,
Yeah.
no
No
none of that.
YouTube. No
This
none of
is
that.
no YouTube. This is 1990.
Oh,
There was no
wow.
YouTube,
Yeah. None of that.
none of that. No. Well, let me Google up
Yeah.
HC
Yeah.
as
Yeah. No. Hell
let me
no.
look up his ancestry.
Yeah. No.
It was none of that, and he knew everything about them.
Yeah.
That was weird. I'm just sharing that. Those are the weird things that's happened to me all my life.
Oh yeah. No, I know, man. Abe, I know you got tons of weird and
Yeah,
creepy
yeah,
happenings and stories and encounters and stuff.
yeah. But
Yeah.
I just did
Yeah.
the sign of the cross, walked away, man. That's like
Yeah.
gotta continue to, it's kind of like it was reading my mind, man. Like
Hmm.
the only way something could do that if they knew what you're thinking or what's in your mindset. And I even tried to leave my mind blank,
Yeah,
right?
that's what I was gonna say.
So
You don't think it was a mind
it,
reader and it
it,
just read your
yeah, no,
mind?
no, I try to leave my mind blank, like not thinking of anything. But he knew. He
He
said
knew
all these
everything.
things.
Right. Like you weren't trying to
I
give
wasn't like
away. You weren't trying to give
I
away
wasn't trying to give
anything.
away. I was just thinking my brothers and sisters' name or nothing. I was sober.
Uh huh.
I was sober. I wasn't drinking. So it's like he knew.
Yeah. Damn.
Maybe it's not more. Maybe it's not that it can reach your mind. Maybe it's that it can reach your spirit.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that could be true. That could be true, man.
I
There
just
could
want
be
to share
something
that
like
with
that.
y'all.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you for sharing that. Hey, thank you, bro. Hey, man. I wanna go ahead and propose to you, man. We need to do another show with you again, brother. I
All
know
right,
we
brother.
I know we did one like maybe a year ago. The last one we
Yeah,
did.
it's been a while.
It's been a while, year and a half maybe. But I'd like to bring you back, because I'm trying to start to do my shows back again, and obviously I'm gonna have some people come back, obviously, and
Yeah, that's fine,
some new
man. Just
ones. Yeah,
you know me, man.
we gotta set that up, brother. Yeah.
I'm always game, man. I'll
Okay.
be doing my shows at nighttime.
Yeah.
For the viewers that come in
Yeah.
with my cousin Jesse.
Yeah. I seen
I
you with
added him
cousin
to the
Jesse.
mix.
Yeah, I seen that.
Uh,
I seen that.
but yeah,
Yeah, I jump in there every once in a while, and I see like, hey, what's up, my
yeah, I
brother
see you, brother
Carlito?
Carlito, jump in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. Whenever I can. Yeah.
Yeah, I just I haven't come back on out to the woods because I got last time I went out there was hot and heavy, man.
Oh shit.
They tried to ambush me. Whatever was out there, you could hear all kinds of movement, like something running around me. Uh, I was looking for. It was nighttime when I went in there, and I had to pick up a piece of wood from the ground, a 2x4 that was in the middle of the path where I went
Mm-hmm.
to because I could hear movement all around me, man. And I picked it up because I thought it was coyotes or wildcats, something
Yeah.
was running around me. So I grabbed a piece of wood and I got the phone recording and I said, you know what? Let me get out of here. So I haven't
Mm-hmm.
really been back to that area. I haven't been back there at nighttime, but yeah.
Oh, wow. Man, well, maybe on the show when you come on, man, you can, kind of tell us about all your investigations and all that's been happening within the last year
Yeah.
since I haven't,
Yeah.
had you. Yeah, man. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
we'll
seen the
talk,
very
brother.
last one. I seen the very last one, and I like that one, man. I put that on your live that I seen you. I said I seen your video, the one where something black runs right across in front of you. I seen that one, man. That shit was scary, dude. I was like, what the
That
hell?
always
I
happens,
said, did
man.
I
Even
see
when I'm
that
up
right?
there.
Yeah, before you brought it up, I said, did I see that right? I saw something move. I was like, huh. And then you brought it up right after that. Hey, did you see that, guys? Did you see that something came right across the camera right in front of me? I like, it was. I wasn't just seeing things. It was what I thought it was. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
that's why I don't like going into the investigating out there because they'll
Yeah,
follow back and they'll come and try to mess around my home, like
yeah,
outside the front or
yeah, yeah, yeah,
in my backyard. The dogs they sense and they'll go to the doors, like to
yeah,
let me know something's out there. Because I got 4 German shepherds.
yeah.
You know,
Dog,
every
dog, dogs can sense and see paranormal things, bro. When you come outside, you're like, what the hell are they barking at? You don't see nothing.
yeah,
There's something there. It's just you
but
don't
they'll
see
let
it.
me know. They'll
Yeah,
let me know when there's something out there.
yeah, yeah. That's what dogs do. Yep, sure is. Well, all right, brother, man. We're gonna go ahead and finish out the show tonight, man, because we have been going on 2 hours and 52 minutes now. So, yeah, I don't want to make it too long. But like I said, I'll have you back pretty
Alrighty,
soon.
brother.
Okay, Abe. Yeah, man. And
Sounds good.
so, all right, bro. Cool, awesome. So
And man,
everybody,
I always have open mic night whenever you're off or whatever you want to share.
yeah, yeah.
Something, just let me know.
I'll jump in there,
Hit
man.
you up with a link, man.
Yeah, yeah, I'll jump in there, brother. And I also wanted to let you know I did change my phone, so now my front camera does work, so I can jump in there with you now, bro. Where I used to
Alrighty,
couldn't,
brother.
remember? Now
Well,
I
yeah,
can.
well, I do it. I
Yeah.
do it through. It's called Restream, so it's kind of like StreamYard.
Oh,
So you don't
okay,
have to do it, but you can still do it on your phone if
okay,
you want to.
okay. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, man. I'll jump in there, like one day, and like on the weekend or something. I'll
Yeah.
jump in there and join you on your live, bro. Yeah, man. All right, bro. Well, thanks a lot, Abe, man. Appreciate you from the heart. Same as
Problem,
I
brother.
told, the other guys, man. Appreciate you being here tonight, man. And thank you for helping me out, making this a good show for Tom, memorial show for Tom. And, yeah, man, like I said, he's always going to be in our hearts and in our, in our memory. So he's never going to be forgotten, man. I don't think, unless, this whole cryptid thing just kind of, disappears or something. But I don't think we're going anywhere for right now. All right, man. Well, all right, man. Thank you, brother. I'll see you on the show when you come by here, okay? And I'll jump in your shows, your lives, and stuff like that. Say what's up, bro. Okay.
All right,
And
brother.
all right, man. You have yourself a good night, brother. Appreciate you, man,
You
for
too.
coming out. And everybody in the chat also, man. Thank you guys. Everybody that showed up, thank you. And I'm pretty sure later on, when the whole thing is over, some more people are gonna go come see it after the live finish. So thank you too for tuning in. And I will let you guys know when the next show is. Hopefully within the next week or two. And see you then. Carlito Castro signing out. Peace out. Y'all have a good night. Enjoy your weekend. Thank you.